So nobody heard nothing I said. All right, that stinks. Anyway, first and foremost, I just want to say don't be gloomy, don't be down. Everything is not blown up, the house is not crumbled, and everybody's like Daniel Jones sucks, the offensive line sucks, the play calling sucks. While I do agree the play calling stinks, um, all hope is not lost. That game was a reality check. I guarantee you, them leaders and them players who felt that defeat had a conversation amongst themselves in that locker room, and then had a conversation with themselves in the mirror. With that being said, um, coaches were put on notice by that defeat. Nobody had to go in and tell them, "Hey, you're in the hot seat." That defeat, that ugly of a defeat, so many mistakes, they had a conference. I guarantee you. So I'm gonna start taking some callers now. But yeah, that was just that was bad. That was bad. But it was a reality check, and it was a well needed reality check because now everybody saw that Jason Garrett was calling ridiculous type of plays in the red zone. Kyle Rudolph did not shape up to be what we thought he was going to be. He was running out there like an old slug or a snail. I don't know what the deal with that is, but um, he's going to have to tighten up, or we're going to have to put Evan Ingram back in there. And it's just, it's crazy. So I'm going to let these guys in here. What's going on, fellas?
Lou,
Yes, it is an ugly loss. It
what
was
it
an
do,
ugly
bro?
loss, but it was an eye-opening loss. And for all the people who were going crazy on Twitter and social media, and I saw Ralph Vacchiano say that Daniel Jones sucks. And I mean, I've been seeing crazy tweets all day that we need to blow it all up, fire everybody. Listen, if you know football, you know a team that didn't play at all in the preseason, but one half of one game. The ones didn't play in the preseason. This team has not played together. So if you had an inkling that this team was going to come out here and just blow out the Denver Broncos, a team that hasn't played a preseason game and gel together, you were delusional. Yeah, I'm not a delusional fan. I know we have good pieces. I know that we can win, but we have to put it together. And putting it together means playing together. That was the one thing I notched Joe Judge for, not letting them guys play. I was assuming that there was some playing going on and nobody knew about it, but I was wrong. So them guys need to play. So I would expect to see them come out with a chip on their shoulder Thursday. But for the most part, them guys, they're gonna come out Thursday because the leaders in their locker room, the players who felt that defeat, I'm sure they had a conversation amongst themselves, and the coaches were put on notice by bad play calling and the type of loss that we suffered yesterday. Nobody went in the office and said, "Hey, you're on the hot seat." If they watch that film today, they know they're on the hot seat. I hope someone's on the hot seat because Jason Garrett don't know how to call plays in the red zone, and Darius Slayton can't catch the ball, and Daniel Jones can't hold on to the damn ball. For the most part, the worry that everybody had was the offensive line. The offensive line held up pretty good. I wouldn't say they were great, but they were a lot better than we expected. And with that, I just, I was disappointed, but I was also enthused because I know the type of guys that they are. I know they're going to go in there and break that film down and see the mistakes that they made, and hopefully the coaches or coordinators will see the mistakes that they made because Patrick Graham called some bonehead plays too. Um, but with that being said, what do you guys think?
Well,
Lou, by
look,
the way,
man. Let
I'm
me
just gonna
What's
say,
going on, man?
Slay's backstage.
Okay, so they're gonna have to wait a minute. This is a giant conversation.
Well, look, right. Let me jump in what you piggyback off what you said about the preseason real quick. Like, here's my thing about preseason, man, and it bothers me. It's been bothering me forever, honestly, because these cats is millionaires. You know, what I mean, they get paid millions and millions of dollars to do what they do. And scary money don't get no money. You know what I mean? And I don't give a damn, dog. Preseason or not, you need to get this team ready. And they needed reps in the preseason. That old line still needs reps. They needed reps. I don't care if they was out there playing against other teams, fourth stringers, goddamn it. They need to be out there playing, getting reps, learning how to play together, learning how to block. Honestly, it would have been better off if they was out there playing against, like, second, third stringers and just dominating them, and then learning what it's like to dominate somebody and feel like, okay, we can just keep doing this against even bigger and better competition. Because the difference between Denver and Necessary was Denver in the preseason, their starters played probably more minutes than any other team starters did throughout the preseason. They looked like a team that was ready to go, that knew exactly what they was doing, knew exactly what they was working with. We looked lost the entire game. Defense couldn't get off the field. Offense, you moving the ball between the 20s, but you can't score points. That's not good enough. It's just not good enough anymore. I'm tired of being 0-1. 5 years in a row, 0-1 not the look, man. I know it's only one game. I know there's 16 more left. But at the same time, that wasn't acceptable. That shit need to get better. We need to, that shit needs to be righted. Because all this not playing in the preseason because I don't want somebody to get hurt. You can get hurt in the regular season. You can get hurt in practice. You got to get out there and you got to get ready. However, whatever it takes. We got too many new pieces on this team for these jokers that have been sitting on our ass the whole preseason, not getting no reps, not learning how to gel together, not learning how to because that's what it looked like out there. The defense was lost. The middle of the field was wide open all game long. That one play, Teddy Bridgewater threw the ball across his body to the middle of the field, and the only motherfucker standing there was the goddamn Denver Broncos receiver. That shit don't make no sense, man. That whole game didn't make no sense. And it's not just any one unit. No one unit played good together. Sterling Shepard,
the whole team
had a great game as an
Sterling
individual.
Shepard, yeah.
Hey, he had a great game as an individual, but it's a damn team sport. The whole team, the defense, we've been pumping this defense up all summer long, and that's what the hell we got.
Nah, I'm not ready to give up on him just yet. I think that was a well-needed. I think that was a well-needed ass whooping to make them say, "Oh, we ain't as good as we thought."
I mean, I'm not giving up on him. I'm just saying that I was expecting a way better prepared team than what we saw yesterday. That's what I'm saying. I expected something way better. For what it's worth, Daniel Jones overall didn't play horrible. By no means, you know what I mean? He played pretty damn well, actually. That fumble was still inexcusable. He's got to hold on to the goddamn football. But at the same time, he didn't play. He didn't really. He's definitely not a reason that we lost the game. People that's already going in on him, like saying we need to get Watson, we need to get rid of Jones and all of this because of that game yesterday. That's a joke to me. Jones was not the reason we lost the football game. I mean, he was moving the ball well. We just got to figure out ways to punch it in. I mean, the one stat that he hasn't been able to figure out in this league is the W, winning football games. So hopefully that can change starting this week. I mean, so far for what's worth, he's undefeated against Washington. That don't really mean nothing, but at the same time, that's a little good omen for us this week. At least he seems to always play well against them cats. So does Saquon Barkley, who, by the way, let's go ahead and let's kill this noise too, man. He needs to get a little more involved and get a little more creative with him too, man. Like, let's go.
Just look, bottom line, Jason Garrett's play calling does not fit. I'm sorry. He's trying to do what he did in Dallas, and you don't have Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott in that offensive line. You have a totally different team with different skill sets and different abilities than what you had over there. You can't try to air Coryell or whatever the hell whack system you brought from over there. Leave it over there. Let's do some Giants football. Let's run up the middle. Let's play action. Let's bootleg. Let's roll out. Let's get Daniel Jones mobile throwing the ball.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. If you want my opinion on week one, we just got hit with a buzzsaw, man. We got hit with a reality check. I want to say, yeah, that's exactly what happened. I want to say the offensive line as a whole actually did pretty well. I'm not gonna lie to you. The offensive line wasn't as terrible as people are making it out to be. Daniel Jones, man, I just can't get over, man. The guy's just an accident waiting to happen. I hated that he gets drives going, and then all of a sudden either he fumbles or just makes a bad decision that kills the whole drive. And if he doesn't do it, then there's a drop. Darius Slayton dropping 2-yard passes right in front of him. And then the combination of we have to get good plays in the red zone. Why are we so vanilla in the red zone? I don't understand that. Like, you can't get creative with Saquon Barkley, Kadarius Toney, Sterling Shepard, Rudolph, Galladay. Daniel Jones can run the ball if he chooses to. You can't get creative with that. Why do we get it all the way down to the red zone and then we just look just like we just don't know what we're doing? It's the craziest thing I've ever seen, man. We can drive it all the way down the field, and every time you're in the red zone, you have no. If you're a Giants fan, you have no confidence of us getting that ball in the end zone when we get down there. I know I don't. Every time we get to the red zone, it's the same thing. Oh, we try to throw a fade, or we run a play, and it just doesn't make sense, man. Like, we have been the worst team in the red zone for like the past 3 to 4 years. And that's one of the main reasons why we don't win games. You give the defense so much confidence because they know once you get in the red zone, it's a wrap. You're not going to do anything to make them pay for letting you get down the field. Either Daniel Jones screws up or we just can't get in the end zone. I know everybody's saying Kyle Rudolph is slow as a snail. Well, you don't have to be super fast in the red zone when you 6'5", 6'6". Throw it up to him, give him a chance. At least give him a chance. We don't even give our playmakers a chance.
Pat, I'm gonna say this as well, bro. Daniel doesn't trust his receivers, bro. I just gotta say it, bro. He doesn't with trust. The only guy I seen he actually would trust him was Shepard.
Yeah, and when he actually throws it to Shepard, we do good. So I don't know if he's being told to be a one-read quarterback. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that guy, when he gets in the red zone, he stares at his receiver every time.
He stared at, like, I think it was it Shepard? He stared at Shepard the whole play in the blind side. It was he needs more awareness, man. That guy needs to improve, man.
And I know that it's not all Daniel Jones' fault, but if we have a better quarterback that can make plays, we'll be a better team. He's not a playmaker, man. He's like a robot that malfunctions.
He lacks instincts. He lacks instincts. He doesn't have those natural instincts like some of the great, like a Josh Allen or the Lamar Jackson had those natural instincts.
Even Teddy Bridgewater yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bridgewater made plays yesterday. We had pressure on Teddy Bridgewater a lot of the times, and he got out of it and made a play. Daniel Jones, man, he sees anybody come near him, he's going straight down.
He should have had a pick, man. He should have had a pick yesterday. He threw in 3 on triple coverage.
He should have had 2 or 3 picks yesterday. Yeah. They just didn't pick him off. The main thing wrong with us, we have no leadership on offense. We have not one leader. It goes from our coordinator all the way to the quarterback. We have not one leader. I'm sorry, folks. Saquon Barkley is not a leader of our offense. He's a weapon. That's it. But as far as leadership, nobody gets on anybody's ass on the offense. I need one of my offensive linemen to turn around to Daniel Jones and get on his ass about something that he does. I need Daniel Jones to turn around and get on the ass of his linemen when they don't block. It's just like, oh, well, we just go to the next play. Oh, well, he fumbled the ball, come off the field, defense go out there and save us. And they're not going to be able to save us all the time. We've seen that the first week. Now, I will say it's due to the lack of play in the preseason, like Max said, yes. I believe the defense is going to be a whole lot better next week, but don't think Tyler Heinicke can move in that pocket and make something happen like Teddy Bridgewater did. Don't think he can't do that. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it against the Buccaneers in the playoffs.
And he just did it versus the Chargers.
So don't think he can't make a play. That dude, Greeny Green, that dude is a robot that malfunctions. I promise you. It's like whatever you tell him to do, he's going to do the exact thing. He's not going to improvise anything. And the way our plays are set up, we need a quarterback like a Lamar Jackson or a Teddy Bridgewater or Josh Allen. Shit, even the kid Herbert from the Chargers, they all can improvise. Daniel Jones cannot improvise, bro. And I know everybody's saying, oh, he got all this speed, man. He got straight line speed. That's it. He has no wiggle.
And basically an arm. That's basically the only thing he has. An arm and speed. That's basically the only thing he has. He's no awareness. He's a fumbling machine. And that's what I don't understand. Why are we not teaching this guy how to slide?
Why is he trying to run between two linebackers? It makes it so bad. The linebackers didn't even hit him like that. He just fumbled. They didn't punch the ball out. They didn't strip him. They just hit him and he just dropped the ball.
He was trying to be tough, bro. Like, why?
That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy, man. A team that's this talented, you cannot tell me that this roster is not one of the most talented rosters in the NFL.
It is. I gotta agree, it is.
And we being held. It's. I don't know what it is. It has to be a mixture of Daniel Jones and Jason Garrett when it comes to offense. That defense, I believe Patrick Graham just got outcoached by Pat Shermer. Shermer won the hell.
Can I speak on this real quick? Why are we? I don't understand this. On 3rd and 5, why are we not doing man-to-man? Why are we doing zone coverage?
Why are we doing coverage?
That's something I blame on Patrick Graham. That is something I blame on. That's something I blame on Graham. Like, Patrick Graham, you're smart as hell.
Why are we still running cover 3 zone when you seen this guy that's running flood concepts all game?
Listen, bro, Adoree had a good game, bro. Adoree had a really good game on the other side. Like, he was locking down Sutton because they put Judy as the number 1. So Sutton only had 1 catch the whole game. So he was locking down Sutton the whole game. Why we couldn't go man-to-man?
Why are we not sending more blitzes at Teddy Bridgewater? Why are we letting this man be back there and be so comfortable?
Well, speak on that. Like, I remember that, for instance, that one play, Xavier McKinney came clean right at Teddy Bridgewater, basically bounced off him like a damn pinball. Like, why aren't we just tackling, period? I mean, the tackling was horrendous yesterday, man.
Absolutely. We couldn't tackle it.
Absolutely horrendous. Teddy Bridgewater, I mean, he's a good athlete and all, but he ain't like a superior one. And we was just bouncing off of him like it didn't make no sense, man.
Did he just what?
Just bouncing off of Teddy Bridgewater. He had a clean shot at him. Teddy Bridgewater just bounced off of him through a complete pass right down the field. All day long that shit was happening, man. It was ridiculous. The defense as a whole to me was just bad, man. I can't even say anything good about it. We still have no consistent pass rush whatsoever. When is that going to be? When is that going to come to life? We have nobody consistently will step up and be the man. Like, who's going to take that spot? Lorenzo Carter, what's his name? O'Shane Zimenez.
We can't say Lorenzo anymore, but that guy's done.
Somebody needs to step the hell up, man. Everybody.
I'm gonna tell you, we're never gonna get anybody as a premier pass rush because we only have players that's based off potential. Lorenzo Carter based off potential. Zimenez based off potential. We haven't had a dominant pass rusher since our Super Bowl days when we had Tuck, Umenyiora, and Michael Strahan.
We don't JPP, bro. We had JPP.
Yeah, JPP. Yeah, we had JPP, but we traded him.
Well, yeah.
We don't have. I'm gonna say this: we don't have an alpha male on our edge. We don't have.
I'm just gonna say this.
I already got him pressed, and I haven't even said a word. I already got Vince press already. I ain't even say a word.
Bro, I'm gonna say this right now. We lost the JPP trade.
That teach you to behave, young man.
We lost that trade, bro.
Why you keep doing that?
You're gonna have to behave on this stream, young man.
We're the press, Slay, okay? We lost our game.
Yeah,
you saw my rant video, so you know what I'm gonna. I already know. You already know what I said.
Hilarious.
We don't have an alpha on our defensive line. We're our outside linebackers. The alpha on our defensive line is Leo Williams.
We do. He a rookie though. He got the only sack that we got. He a rookie. You got to give him some time to develop. He's showing promise. Ojulari got 1 sack on his first NFL debut. That's good.
Like, I'd rather have Quincy Roche out there. I'll be honest with you.
I like Roche, bro. I think
he's good to get out there.
I believe he's more of a pass rusher than what we have.
I think Aziz. We should have Aziz and Roche.
Lorenzo Carter is just one heck of an athlete. He's like a Leonard Floyd. He's one heck of an athlete, but he doesn't have a niche in the NFL yet. Zimenez, I'm almost ready to say that's just a busted project that's not going to work. I believe we need to put Lorenzo Carter next to Martinez. And we need to go with Roche and Ojulari on the outside. And when I believe Ellerson Smith is going to be good. He just has to get healthy. But I believe Aziz and Quincy Roche are our best edge rushers. Because Zimenez is not it. Lorenzo Carter he's never going to be a dominant pass rusher. He's always just going to be a athlete that you can pin at certain places. Like on 3rd and 13, I'll put him on the end, on the defensive end, and let him work against a guard to see if he can use his quickness to get past him. But as far as just being an edge rusher, he's not it, man. He's just an athletic guy. He's a super athletic guy.
I've been saying that about him already for the last couple of years, man. I mean, he just one of them cats. He can show off in practice. He can look amazing. He can be all, but when the lights is on, man, you don't get the job done. He just hasn't shown me enough. Hasn't shown me. I mean, I know he was injured last year and missed pretty much the whole damn season, basically. But I don't know. I'm just at this point. I'm maybe because I'm a little salty. I grew up in a good era to be a Giants fan. You know what I mean? Yeah. I grew up. I started out in that late Parcells era and went through the little fucked up years with Ray Hanley. And you know what I mean? And then we got Dan Reeves, brought us back, moved on to transition to Jim Fossil, then on to Tom Coughlin. You know what I mean? I'm used to shit like that. And this with these last few years, it's been a shit show, dog. And I'm just at a point of I'm just frustrated as a fan because I was spoiled for most of my younger years being a New York Football Giant fan, and what I'm seeing right now is garbage, and that's not what I'm used to seeing. And I want better. I want better for this organization because we deserve better.
And another thing with this team, teams don't respect our edge rushers because they never have to double team our edge rushers, and that's why those quarterbacks get so much time. And his teams don't respect Daniel Jones. Yep. They don't respect his way to read the field. You can see it in the defensive play. And that's what stalls the offense a lot too. And the defense, that edge rush, if we had any type of edge rush, our defense would be super elite because our coverage is pretty good. But you can only cover for so damn long.
Yeah. Exactly.
If we had anybody that had a deep, just anybody on that edge that people would have to be like, okay, we're going to have to game plan for this guy. Nobody, I guarantee you, nobody game plans for Lorenzo Carter or O'Shane Zimenez.
No, but I think once you get Aziz Ojulari and Ellerson Smith on there together, once they both go and understand the system and know how to play in this system at a high level, I think they're going to be a problem.
I can't speak on Smith until I see him, man.
I think Ellerson Smith, he's like this year's Matt Pert, just too raw. And I don't want to see him out there if he's going to look how Matt Pert looked like. You know what I mean?
No. I don't think he's going to make it on the field this year. I think Raymond Johnson will get on the field before him.
And we need to play Raymond Johnson a lot more. Why wasn't he playing?
This was a weirdly
He's
coached.
Better than some damn Austin Johnson out there with Dexter Lawrence and Leo Wynn. Put Johnson. Yeah. When Johnson was playing, that man, I told everybody before the preseason that man was going to make the team because he has a motor out this world. Let that man get out there and play, man. Let him make some plays.
It's just I'm still sitting here thinking about the game because I didn't expect the coaching to be bad or, I think that was the last thing we thought was going to be.
Rick.
I agree.
Rick, I've been telling you all offseason, Jason Garrett was my biggest concern on this team.
Okay, but I'm not just talking about Jason. I'm talking about. I mean, Joe. That was Joe Judge's one of Joe Judge's worst games. Big plays late. Why are you here?
We gotta say this though. We gotta say this. Why did he throw the challenge flag on a scoring touchdown, bro? What the hell was that?
That was like the biggest brain fart ever.
He panicked. He saw the defense was getting absolutely manhandled. When you're giving up 8-play drives, 8-minute drives, 10-minute drives, yeah, the score was 17-7, but we really got dominated that whole game.
They only punted twice. They only punted twice the whole damn game.
Right.
That's it. Twice.
Could you imagine?
The funniest thing, though, Graham Gano only had 1 point the whole game.
I know, that's stupid. That's a waste of a Pro Bowl He's Pro Bowl caliber kicker. Waste.
Like it was mind-boggling yesterday because Patrick Graham got out-coached. I'm just gonna tell you. Pat Shermer put them things on Patrick Graham, man. He had it looking like Madden football out there.
That's why I said we should have kept Pat. We should have kept Shermer. We should have kept them.
No, not as a head coach.
No, that's an offensive coordinator. We
Shermer wasn't a good head coach, but he was a brilliant offensive coordinator.
Hold on. I've never seen that happen in the NFL.
Miz, I'm upset, man. I'm still grieving.
You're upset. I'm sure you saw my video today. That was just nothing compared to yesterday. But I'm gonna tell you something. Like this guy was just saying, man. I'm sick and tired of the Giant fans that make excuses. Like you have guys that last night telling me, "Oh, but the offensive line looked okay tonight." Listen, man, how long are we gonna be a loser? When did we turn into the New York Jets and the Detroit Lions? Tell me. Because that's what's happening to us. It's embarrassing. 0-1, 10 out of the last 11 years. That's goddamn embarrassing, man. That's embarrassing. We are the New York Football Giants, man. We went to 5 Super Bowls in 33 years. We won 4, and we put Brady in a chair. And this is what it is right now. We got the Denver Broncos with 6 wins last year coming into our home, 90,000 people, and beat our asses like we're a little baby. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, facts, Miz.
We got out-coached yesterday. Judge should stand up and say, I got out-coached, because that's what happened. And guess who he got out-coached by? Pat Shermer.
Did you see Mike Vrabel talking about, I guess Julio Jones had a bad, had a personal foul, and Mike Vrabel in a post-game press conference, he straight up called him out. He said, "We don't teach that stuff over here. He messed up." I want to see Joe Judge do that, because I feel like sometimes Joe Judge, he's like an apologist to some players, and I feel like he needs to call them out. He always says, "We got to see the film." There's some things that you don't need to see the film on. Just call it, like, maybe don't hang him out to dry, but
but you don't call him out in public at the podium, because that can divide the locker room. That can cause friction in the locker room. You pull him to the side and talk to him about it, and then you allow the team to handle it as well.
But you think he's doing that with Daniel Jones? I don't know.
Listen, he didn't draft Daniel Jones. He took this job with Daniel Jones there. He's trying to make the best out of what he has. And now I believe if Daniel Jones stinks for the remainder of the season, he'll get to pick his guy.
Yep, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Either he's going to trade for somebody or he's going to pick one of the I want Malik Willis here, that quarterback from Liberty. I don't know if you guys looked at him. If we do get a quarterback next year, Malik Willis.
I saw he was only 6'1".
Yeah, he'll be the best quarterback for us, though. Considering what we have.
You got the kid from Ole Miss also that I heard the Giants are already scouting. The kid from Ole Miss.
I'd rather have Malik Willis, though, man.
I'll tell you the truth. Listen, man, it's too early to, even though we're angry, it's too early to jump off the Jones train yet, because we got to go down to Washington and beat them Thursday, and then everything looks different,
We'll see.
I'm not jumping off the Jones yet.
We're the only fans who are week to week with our damn team. One week we want to kill and crucify the quarterback. The next week, I think he's got potential. I mean,
I just want him to stop doing the same stupid shit all the time, every game. That's it. Just stop doing the same shit.
He's like doing the same. You have to root for him like that. This guy will make.
Let me
Yeah,
ask you
I'm not
guys
gonna
a
make the
question.
same mistake.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think that we're not calling more aggressive plays because of the O-line or because Garrett is just like stuck in the
man.
90s?
I don't
Garrett
know what
is
it is.
I think
stuck
it's
in
a,
the 90s.
I think it's a little bit of both, honestly.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think it's a little bit of both.
It's probably more Garrett though.
Because not for nothing, guys. Look around the league. You see these offenses doing all kinds of different plays, and we don't seem to be running any of them.
Look at Joe. You saw Joe Burrow throw that touchdown to Jamar Chase. Tell me the Bengals' offensive line is better than ours. We're
No,
probably
it's not.
both crap.
I
And
know.
he's airing it out. He aired
I
it
know.
out. Why can't we do that?
I don't care. These men are professional players. They are in the league for a damn reason. They're making millions of dollars. If you can't open up your playbook because of your offensive line, you need to bench your whole offensive line. Because their offensive lines are the worst of ours. And they still open up the playbook. They still run bunch sets. They still use their players to their ability. There's no reason why. Go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna say, for what's it worth, all 5 y'all got to come out of their stance too. Because that one thing with Matt Purdy yesterday was ridiculous. It was just when Von Miller just ran right around him, he didn't even come out of his stance. He was just sitting there.
I didn't get that play either, but
well, Matt Purdy, he was just sitting there. He was taking a nap.
Yeah, every play is not gonna be like that. I don't know what the hell that
was. Not for
nothing.
nothing. Soldiers too, bro. There was a play where Soldiers let Von Miller run right by him without touching him. You know, and Jones got blasted.
Like, I don't know if these people are not recognizing a snap count or they not trusting Daniel Jones to do what he needs to do as far as moving in the pocket, but there's something off between the offensive line and the quarterback. There's something off.
Yeah, he's right.
There's no reason why you're having that many players where people are just standing there looking. There's no professional player should be doing that. No.
Yo,
I can see you get beat straight off the line because he uses his hands and you don't know how to place your hands, but just standing there looking, no, that doesn't happen. I don't know what's going on.
There's another thing too, man, Pat. There's another thing I just wanted to say. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm noticing something wrong. But we seem to get players like Ingram and Kadarius Toney. And then we don't know how to use them for like the first 3 or 4 years. What's up with that? Like, we don't use players. We don't use players the right way. You got Kadarius Toney, and you're not using him the right way.
Ingram's in a similar boat with DJ, where Joe Judge didn't draft him.
Yeah, but bro, I got news for you, bro. I told you all summer we need Ingram, and we missed him yesterday, big time.
Oh, Kyle Rudolph looked horrible.
Because let me tell you something, yo. Rudolph looked like a turtle, bro. Rudolph looks like a land turtle. He can't even move.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. We got these weapons for a reason, and this playbook is gonna have to be opened up.
It has to.
It has to.
Somebody.
We're one of the only teams in the league that's not running plays where you'd be like, "Wow, that was a pretty good play." Our plays are so simple and vanilla.
Just the regular generic shit that you run in high school.
All the weapons on the field, all the speed on the. You got Shepard, Slayton, Toney, Ingram, Barkley.
That's what the drops.
I don't care about Rudolph being slow as a snail. You put Rudolph in that damn offense when we get on the 10-yard line, 15-yard line, and let him use that big body. He doesn't have to run past anybody that uses 6'6" frame.
Yeah,
no, you're right.
He shouldn't be your main tight end, and it's his 13th, 12th, or 13th year. That's stupid.
Right.
This is 10th season.
His 10th season? I thought it was like his 11th or 12th season, but it's 10th season.
He was a Pro Bowler too. He can play.
He's a Pro Bowler. He catches touchdowns in the red zone. That's why he's a Pro Bowler. He catches you 8 touchdowns in the red zone.
Yeah.
He's a red zone. He's a red zone threat.
Slow bowler.
No,
right.
He's a good blocker. He's a red zone threat, but we don't seem to get to the red zone often. We never get there.
Shoot, most of the time when we do get to the red zone, guess what? One more interception or a sack, and then another sack, and then we damn near out of field goal range. It always happens. Why is Kadarius Toney not in the red zone on the field? Why are we not running bunch sets with Shepard, Kadarius Toney, and Galladay and let them drop them people up over there? Why can't we throw a quick screen and let Kenny Galladay and maybe Shepard or Tony block for somebody, see if we can get in there? Why can't we just run Saquon Barkley up the middle? Why can't we run a quarterback draw with a 5-receiver set where we got them spread out and make them keep the linebacker in the middle of the field and watch Daniel Jones because he can run? Why don't we do things like that? Why is it just shotgun, Saquon Barkley to the right, one receiver to the right, one receiver to the left?
Wants to
throw
run
it
things
up
like it's 1992. That's why. This guy right here.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I got a question though. Here's something. You know how Joe Judge was saying like he wasn't going to clear Saquon unless he could play the full game. Why did I want to know why Kadarius only had however many snaps he had?
Kadarius Toney didn't play in preseason. He wasn't in
But why
in
play him
camp
at all if you're just going to have him run a stupid?
because you have to make people account for him to try to open up some plays.
But 2 snaps.
2 snaps. That was
They
it.
used
2
him wrong.
plays.
Listen. I agree with you. He should have been out there. Saquon should have got exactly what he got because he needs to see what he was going to feel like afterwards. But I think Thursday, Saquon's confidence will be a little better. He's been out there. He played. He took a few hits. This offensive line has to do some run blocking.
I was gonna say, I mean, there was no holes to be found, brother. There was no holes to be found nowhere. There was not one run play where the offensive line opened the fucking hole for any running back to get up into.
I'm worried about Saquon. I'm worried because Saquon's had success against Washington, but he hasn't gone up against this Washington front seven before. He reached a run up all over Washington. I don't know how he's gonna do. He looked terrible against Denver.
I think it's his first game back in a long time.
If we don't get a ground game, we're not doing nothing. If we don't get a ground game, it's gonna be like this all year long. And I want to know how many weeks it is before we go to Freddie Kitchens, man, because Garrett's becoming annoying, man. It's just a boring ass offense, like Pat was saying, man.
You know what killed the game for me?
I agree with you. To me, Jason Garrett was the main problem. He doesn't know how to use the players that he has at his disposal. But at the same time, to what Pat said earlier, these guys are getting millions of dollars, some hundreds of thousands of dollars, whatever the case may be. They're getting paid way more than your average Joe working a 9 to 5, okay, to play a game that they've been playing their whole life. At the end of the day, they've got to do better. Because if you give me what them dudes is making to catch a ball, I'm going to catch everything thrown my way, whether it's a brick, a damn hammer, a wrench. I'm catching everything. You feel me? So they got to be out there doing what they're getting paid to do. So they got to bring it together. No more excuses. Yesterday was a wake-up call, reality check, an ass whooping, and they need to look in the mirror and kick their own ass and get it together.
Because I'm telling you what, it's not getting any easier after the Falcons.
No.
It only gets worse.
The defensive end that we play until week 9 is no joke. This is the NFL.
Right. It's not getting any easier. Because I promise you, the Saints defense ain't no joke either.
Oh, yeah. They put the clamps on here. Oh,
Joe.
What's up, Joe? All right. Can I have the mic? Just give me the mic. I'm going to snatch the mic. All right. So I totally understand, like, all your guys' points, and I'm with all of you guys. But I look at it more like, for me, like, this is just my opinion. I don't want to talk for anybody else. I know most of the community was like this, but for me, I'm just going to talk for myself. I was on a roller coaster here, man. I was on a roller coaster on paper. I'm like, this defense got it. Let me just get in the seat and let me just ride it because this defense got it. As much as playmakers didn't make plays and shit didn't happen on offense, we was in this game. The time of possession, dude, Denver almost had 40 minutes. And I came in late. I wasn't watching before, so I don't know if you guys talked about this. But for me, what I looked at this game is I'm sick of it. Not to get before I break that down. I'm sick of it, man. Like exactly what you guys are talking about. He is fucking driving. Sorry, he's driving the ball down the damn field, and we've seen it already. We've seen it happen over and over and over and over and over again. It fumbles, and then what does that do? It just kills the momentum. It just kills everything. You know, we have ourselves going. The crowd is cheering, and then it's just boom, and we've seen it over and over again, and that sucks. And that damn sucks, you know. And he had a garbage touchdown. I'm just addressing Daniel Jones before I make my point. He had a garbage time touchdown to kind of mess with the stats, but he didn't throw an interception, but he has one fumble. But still, you go look at Daniel Jones' name up in the stats, like everyone's above him. Everyone had an amazing day, but Aaron Rodgers and maybe stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a fluke. You know what I'm saying? So Aaron Rodgers don't play like that. So the thing is, when I looked at the game, I'm like, I'm on this roller coaster. I'm still have it being a low-scoring game, but I was on this ride where our defense is gonna come in and smash.
Yeah,
but
you
then
have to be logical, Zion. Look,
but hold up. But then they're playing like COVID out there. We're like
preseason games. They didn't play no preseason games.
True.
They played one half of the last preseason game. That's it.
No, absolutely.
And to do nothing.
Absolutely, and that's what I was gonna say too. It's like they're out there. It looks like they're like a guy is like 20 feet. I get it. We're in COVID, but bro, get there. Where were you guys? The guy's like 20. No one's around him.
No,
like how is he? It looked bad, right? So when you look at, and then I was gonna get into exactly what you were saying. When you look at how much time we actually played in the preseason and who was actually out there on the field, I was kind of pissed off that I like this coaching staff and I believe in this coaching staff, but why are we going marching out on the field on 4th and 17th? What does that prove? They're not gonna. That's veterans. They're not gonna. That's veterans out there. They're not gonna jump. Like that's pointless. You need to set the example for the team, but yeah, you take the first penalty. That makes no sense. Like I get it. We have a punter can get it, but at the end of the day, you set the example for your team, and then Logan already explained it in his video. I'm not gonna go over it, but that's what I was talking to Logan about too. Last night and stuff like that. There's so much key things that happen in this game as a week 1 game, and I don't think it slowly should be blamed on any specific player. I think it's a team game, obviously, and I think we're gonna. Don't listen to me because I also said that Atlanta and the Eagles was going to be the highest scoring game on the slate. You see how that one went, but I think we're gonna come out strong. I think our defense is hungry. I think they know they fucked up, and so if it's right, I think they're gonna come out in the short week. You know what I'm saying? Let's fix it back and let's talk. And like obviously we're gonna talk. This is great. I love talking to you guys, but we'll see how it is in a couple of weeks. And in a couple of weeks, if it's the same thing, like I'm talking not a couple, I'm talking week 4, 5, and 6. By all means, I mean like we might be getting some comments where why the hell didn't we take Justin Fields? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get those. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to believe that this was just a bad game for the team. Not playing in preseason. Not Barkley not being in football shape fully. It's a bad game for the team, and hopefully we come back against the division rival. No matter who's out there at quarterback and put in some work, man, because we definitely need it. And going forward, like. We'll see, but I don't want to be talking about like the next year's draft picks or the next year's quarterbacks. Like by all means, you guys can, and I'm gonna be here and support it, and I'm gonna listen. But let's give credit where credit's due. He did have a pretty good game, and I'm not gonna talk about Jason Garrett because, to be honest, I'm not that knowledgeable. But what I can say is that like some boring ass offense, and I totally where you guys get on that. Like that, like I don't see anything really. When I watch other people's offense, like I get excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you watch people do something with what game was I watching just recently? And it was like an amazing play. Well, anyhow, like I think that our players are better than their players, but why, I guess I'll leave you guys there with the Garrett. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's Garrett. You know what I'm saying? But as far as that,
it was amalgamation of a lot of things. It was the
preseason.
It was the offensive line not gelling together yet. It was Daniel Jones still making boneheaded plays. It was Jason Garrett trying to run a 1992 offense. I mean, it was a bunch of things. The defense couldn't get off the field. Teddy Bridgewater looked like Patrick Mahomes out there against us. I mean, it was just bad.
Like, and the offense.
It's like an 11 straight season with a loss or something in the opening game.
The offense wasn't able to get on the field for just about an hour. And it was
coming after the half, yeah.
That killed us right before the half. That was the one, and even Logan Ryan admitted it. Like, but my thing is like the defense. It was clear that we weren't ready. Because, like, you got to look at it. James Bradbury gave up 6 out of 7 passes thrown his way. Blake Martinez, the tackling machine he was, is the missing tackle. Dexter Lawrence is getting hold all game, and Jason Garrett needs to go, bro. Like, I'm done making excuses for this man. Like, and I'm with you where Ms. left. But Freddie Kitchens needs to be promoted to offensive coordinator because you looking around the league, I saw the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions put up 30-plus points. I saw the
Houston
Texans put up 30-plus points. We gave Kenny Golladay how much? Like $17 million a year just to not use him up until garbage time.
Nah,
You draft Kadarius Toney with the 19th or 20th, whatever pick,
20th
pick, and you only give him what, like 4 snaps?
2.
I actually have
He had 5 snaps.
He did. Well, whatever.
He had 3 in garbage time and 2 actual plays.
It's still not enough.
Wait,
If
I have
Darius- I don't know
better question.
what it, and I don't know what it is with Darius Slayton. I've been down on him, and I hope he does good. But good Lord, bro, he just doesn't catch the damn ball. We talking about Evan Ingram. Can we talk about Darius Slayton, please?
Put him in
And
the
I
same
said
boat.
that, and I got laughed. I took a lot of heat, bro. Like, and I'm real when I say that. Like, Kadarius Toney, if we use this man right, he's replacing Darius Slayton.
I'm with you, Ash.
I really don't care what nobody says. Darius Slayton is he's gonna get shadowed out of this offense week by week if he continues to play the same way. Like, you have
He's the new Preston Parker.
He never beats his man. He never beats his man off the line. Only time this guy does something in the offense is when you throw it deep and some defender is so stupid that just let him run past him.
But that was a scouting report.
He's useless.
But that was a scouting report coming out.
It's
He
just
was
like,
a-
why
Joe,
do
you
you have
real
that?
quiet over there, Joe. What's going on? Joe look like he about to slap the hell out of somebody.
Well, fast.
Face
I'll
red.
let Joe talk real fast. But like, why didn't he's the first round pick? Like, why didn't he just get on the field more? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's why-
I get it too. Like, the announcer said it watching the game too. Like, Daniel Jones tends to like tell the defense when he's throwing the ball to. Like, I know I'm just defending Daniel Jones, but there is some plays where you do see Daniel Jones don't turn his head or like with his eyes, he tells the defender, he locks. Yeah, thank you, Rick. Thank you, Luke. Yeah, so, but why the hell wasn't our first round draft pick out on the field? I'm not trying to say
Zion,
that like to
Oh, he missed
blame the
most of
coaching staff, but
offseason. He missed most of mini camp, training camp. He didn't play in preseason. He probably don't know the damn offense.
But here's the thing.
It is Jason Garrett, though.
You have a quarterback that is known for throwing the damn ball down the field. Why aren't you calling plays to
I
throw
know,
the damn ball
Sass
down the
pissed
field?
me off.
Because Jason Garrett is trying to make the New York Giants play the way
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott,
that's
and them
what I'm
guys played,
He's
instead of
trying to
trying to fit his offense around the skill set of the people at his disposal.
He's trying to turn Daniel Jones into
Can I ask a quick question? So why do you guys think that I'm asking, not like I'm really asking, I'm not trying to be rude or smart here. What separates Freddie Kitchens' man offense from a Jason Garrett's man offense?
Freddie Kitchens' offense spreads the ball around. When you watch,
You won't be asleep by the
Browns,
first
when
quarter.
Freddie Kitchens was the. You said what?
You won't be asleep
You
by
won't
the
be
first
asleep by the
quarter.
first quarter. That's the difference.
But
Yeah,
even
you watch the Cleveland Browns when Freddie Kitchens
Yeah,
was
that's what I was
calling
gonna
the
mention.
plays. Baker Mayfield and then was throwing that ball around the field. He calls plays to try to get his people open. Jason Garrett calls plays. Your receivers are like robots. They
Just to
run
call
a certain
plays.
route,
God.
and it's
Look-
over with.
It's
Look-
called.
We can't do this another year, man.
Look when Jason Garrett got COVID and we played the Browns last year. Freddie Kitchens was calling the plays. The offense was more spread out. It's just Colt McCoy couldn't make throws.
But when do we put this on Judge though? When do we put this on Judge? He's
I'm
signing
telling
off on the game
you,
plan.
Right.
I'm telling you, yo, if we don't get this offense going by like week 4 and Jason Garrett's throwing
Maybe too late.
Week 4?
I'm-
Hell
I'm-
no.
I'm
Listen,
giving him,
if
like,
we
week
can't
2.
come out there and put a good freaking game on the field on Thursday, Jason Garrett's ass need to be in front of the firing squad.
Check this
I
out.
say if we don't beat
Check this out.
the Falcons, this is sad.
Let them be on YouTube.
Oh, that was Zion.
Yes.
Yo, check this. I
It's like
think
the Giants.
Thursday we have a really good opportunity to see what our offense does, because check this out. Washington doesn't have their starting quarterback. Curtis Samuel's on IR. Antonio Gibson is hurt. Our defense, which I think.
But real fast, that young quarterback they have is young, and like I don't know if he's that young, but he's more mobile than Ryan. I'm just saying.
We can't overlook this team, man.
I want to hear Joe. I want to hear what Joe has to say. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, Joe, go ahead. You've been quiet.
It's like someone stole his lunch.
I'm good, man. I'm watching you guys show all the anger, all the passion. You know, you guys are pissed. Don't blame you.
I knew that we didn't play no preseason, so I wasn't expecting a fireworks show on week 1. I was expecting for the defense to hold it to maybe a 12-9 type of game, but it just went totally.
I see more anger where I'm sitting here, and it's just disappointment, plain and simple disappointment.
Yeah.
I'm both.
Okay, you know what? I wanted to come into this season thinking positive. I shot for the moon. I swung for the fences. I took a big swing. Okay, I really wanted to believe this year was the year, and that's how I was coming into this season as a fan.
It might still be.
You're right. It might. It is one game, and I get that. But as far as the blame game goes, but no, you guys are trying to specifically blame something, someone. Me, from Mara down. No, listen, from Mara down. All right, you guys all got to talk. From Mara down is where the blame goes, and that goes right to the water boy. Okay, the schemes sucked. Period.
But he's just handing out water, Joe.
You know what?
Continue though. Sorry.
None of us sat here during this offseason and thought that our defense would coming out looking like that. We had so much confidence, and that's where a lot of my confidence came from, was because of our defense. We saw what they did, but we all kept forgetting about Jason Garrett. Okay, but we thought with everybody, with Mara and Gettleman saying we need playmakers, did we all or did we not expect to see a different offense this year?
It's basically the same offense with different players.
But we expected to see a more high-powered offense, though, didn't we?
We might still
same
see
offense with different players.
I think we all thought that Jason Garrett just didn't have the players he needed. But I guess.
But now everybody's coming off on Jones. Okay, you know what? Jones had a critical turnover, but the Broncos had turnovers too.
One.
That's just that ours was more. Ours
one,
was,
and you know what we did? We went 3 and out.
But ours hurt the team more than theirs did. I knew if we didn't get a first down, we were screwed right there, because I knew Denver was coming away with 7. We had no breaks. We didn't get one break that entire game. How many things went for the Denver Broncos?
We did get breaks.
What breaks did we get?
Daniel Jones could have had 2 picks on the day.
Wait a minute. What?
DJ could have had 2 picks.
DJ, wait a minute. How many interceptions did Daniel Jones throw? I don't want maybes. Could be. No, how many did he throw? 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 Rick, how many did he throw?
He got a fumble.
Rick, how many did he throw?
Wait, can you not hear me? I said 0.
Right. Okay.
But he fumbled at the most critical time in the game.
But you said we didn't.
Hey,
But why did he fumble?
Hey, Joe.
Why did he fumble? I don't know why he fumbled. That's elementary. That's elementary. That's rookie shit he's doing out there, man. Rookie shit.
No, Adam, we've seen this. We've seen this from Daniel Jones time and time again. When he tries to do too much, he makes mistakes.
That's rookie shit. All you have to do is slide. That's it, man. Fall to the ground.
He comes out and slides.
You can't. You're the quarterback. You cannot be the guy that costs your team points. You can't be that guy. This has been happening for 3 years with Daniel Jones.
If Jason Garrett
it really
wasn't
wasn't
Jones a dink and dunk quarterback, he wouldn't have to play hero ball.
It really wasn't matter if he fumbled or not, because our defense was going to get cooked again.
The point is, you never know what can happen if you get a score down there. Maybe they put pressure on Denver, and now they do more trickeration or whatever, and maybe they fumble. Who knows? When you give up the ball and then you have nothing to worry about, they were stacking 9 guys in the box, daring the Giants to beat them.
9 guys. Where's Daniel Jones calling audibles? Walk up to the line, do something. I don't want to just blame Garrett when you're on the field and you're staring down one guy. Come on, man. We got to get – I know Garrett's the problem. He's stifling. But Daniel Jones did not help himself last night.
He's in a one-read offense. He's supposed to stare the guy down.
That's not how you play quarterback, Joe.
You and I know that, but
quarterback.
now look who he's playing for, Garrett.
Doesn't matter. You have to be able to. You have to be able to know that there's other reads on that play.
Garrett is running a one-read offense. That's it.
Okay, then why is he not running more? All I'm saying is Daniel Jones has got to overcome this.
Oh,
he doesn't have to
so
listen
now
to the coach.
he fumbles when he runs, but you want him to run more.
If you're telling me it's a one-read offense, then what is he going to do? Step back there and get sacked? Like your logic makes no sense. I understand it's one read.
Hey,
and he should be looking at Saquon Barkley every time. That's what he should be doing.
I'm going to tell both you guys what's the problem. Jason Garrett's not the head coach of this team. Joe Judge is going to have to step up and take that man off the motherfucking off.
Real.
I hope.
Where was the fire in that guy, though?
Oh, Judge?
In the press conference. Why is he not, like, getting fired up? He wants to tell me that he wants to tell me that he has the heart of this team when half the crowd left with 6 minutes to go in the game. How come you're not throwing a chair or something, getting angry? There's too much passive nature with this ball club over the last years. We just accept losing.
Hey, Adam, I'm sorry to cut you off, bro, but we have too much trust in people that are not trustworthy. We have trust in Jason Garrett. He's not trustworthy. We have trust in our offensive, not offensive line, but our outside linebackers. They're not trustworthy. Carter and Zimenez are not trustworthy. I'd rather have Roche and Aziz out there. We had trust in Daniel Jones. I'm sorry, Joe. He's not trustworthy. I don't trust that guy with anything in my heart. Every offensive drive, when we start doing good, I feel it coming. I feel he's going to throw an interception.
Yep, and
or he's going to fumble the ball. He's going to go up and screw it up.
Like, that can't be your quarterback play. You can't have that, though. Like, I got to trust the guy with the ball who's going to make the right decision at the right time, even if it means falling forward instead of trying to run over a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? I understand his moxie. I get it. There's a time and a place for it. You want to stretch for a 4th down because you're going to turn the ball over anyways? Fine. You can fumble there. I don't care. We're going to lose the ball anyways. But when you have it's 2nd down and you're about to get points and you're driving and this is a critical moment in the game, you can't be fumbling the football. I'm sorry.
I mean,
let me jump in here real quick for a minute. Because look, I'm gonna make a comparison, like, and this is gonna sound a little blasphemous.
My bad. I'm gonna let you continue. Can y'all please keep the cursing down? Go ahead, Mac.
It's gonna sound a little blasphemous a little bit, but look, take for instance yesterday, Jalen Hurts yesterday. He did nothing spectacular in that game, but yet it was effective. You know what I mean? He also didn't make any mistakes. It was clean football and it was effective. He just nothing was spectacular. Nothing was like amazing. Like look at the Jalen Hurts just did. But it was clean and it was effective, and he was getting his team in the zone. You know what I mean? And I just need to see consistent play. I need to see consistent play from Daniel Jones like that. String a couple games together like that. You know, give me a couple in a row like that. You know, everybody's gonna turn the ball over from time to time, but we don't need to see it every single game, like game in, game out, the same stupid shit. I mean, my fault, Lou. The same stupid craziness, man. Like every time. Just chill out with that. Like clean that up.
But Mac, you were in with me when I called the Eagles game, and we saw bubble screens, we saw running back screens, we saw short, quick, intermediate throws that just settled in Jalen Hurts. I mean, Daniel Jones went what, 8 for 10, 10 for 12 the first quarter, and then it disappeared, and then it looked like what fucking Daniel Jones always does. He's running around for his friggin' life, trying to make a play. He looked really good the first quarter.
Hey, Pat, hold it down for a second.
All right,
but we can't have him look good for a quarter or a series. He has to be smart the entire game. And the thing about it is, I get what you're saying about the routes and Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett had decent game plan called for that game. If you rewatch the game,
there's some plays that are out there to be had. Whether or not they were made, that's a different story. I mean, there's Saquon Barkley. There's a play where they block it up, but he runs up the wrong gap. Why? I don't know. Saquon Barkley did that. That's what he does. I'm not trying to just blame it on Garrett. He had a bad plan until the fourth quarter where he decides, let me rip it down where nobody cares. Right? But my point is the game plan could have worked in certain aspects. Also, when you have momentum plays and you're going down to drive for a score and give your defense a chance to maybe, get a rest, and you fumble the football and give up points. I mean, come on. I mean, look at Shepard. Shepard drops the ball on 3rd and 17. If he catches that, we're in field goal range. I mean, we can go tit for tat with nitpicking every little thing. The execution was terrible. There was no adjustments on defense. All right, whether we want to like the play calling or not, this is judge's shit. Okay, he signs off on those plays every week. You don't think he sees the game plan? Come on, if you're the head man not knowing the game plan, you might as well not be a head coach.
Man, it's getting to the point where something's going to have to happen. Somebody's going to have to go, whether it's a player, whether
Garrett
it's
is first.
And also, it's hard because it's a combination of things. You can't put it all on Garrett. You can't put it all on Daniel Jones. You can't put it all on the offensive line. It's a group freaking effort, and that's why it's so bad. I wish it was just something you could just pinpoint and be like, it's that person. Get them the hell out of here, and we'll be better. But it's not. It's a collection of every freaking thing. And that's why it's so annoying. That's why it pisses you off so bad, because when Daniel Jones is balling, then all of a sudden the offensive line no block.
Right.
When the offensive line is balling, Daniel Jones can't hit an open receiver or he fumbles.
Or special team sucks.
Or if everybody's ready to ball, the offensive game plan doesn't allow them to do it. It's always something. It's crazy. And something has to be fixed, man. Something has to be fixed, man. I don't know if you have to have a whole fire sale of this team.
Not yet.
Whatever.
Here's the only optimistic
if it
thing I'll
keeps
say
like
right
this, Adam, real talk, Adam. If you was out there coaching, you wouldn't have no hair by the second half.
Oh, trust me, I would have pink slipped a lot of people. They would have been gone by halftime.
It's weird, man. It's like it's always something. If Daniel Jones finally looks off the defender and throws it deep, somebody drops the ball. Or somebody makes it deep, Daniel Jones don't see him.
Somebody said it perfectly. This offense needs to run perfect because it can't handle chaos, right? Once, look at that reverse. That reverse lost 6 yards, right? Because it telegraphed it perfectly. First off, you bring Tony in the game.
We get behind schedule. It's a wrap.
Right. You bring Tony in the game. Everybody and their mother knows that Tony's getting the ball. Well, guess what? They get the ball. Von Miller, that's a sack. Then they try to run the football. They lose a yard. So now we're at 3rd and 17, and then they drop the ball. You were in field goal range at that point. All you have to do is not be cute. I think sometimes these coordinators get cute, and it just gets on my nerves when I'm sitting here because the offense can't move. Now, here's the disappointing thing about the defense, but I will say a positive. They let down the games. Every time they've let down a game, the next game they've come out and been gangbusters.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping because if you look at that 49er game, they got lambasted that 49er game. That next week they ratcheted it up and said let's clean it up. So for the defense, I'm expecting a bounce back. I'm scared of that offense going against that Washington defense because the defense can only hold the water so long before the dam breaks.
Yeah.
Wind up losing 17-13.
Adam brought up a good point. It seems like we trust Patrick Graham to autocorrect, but how's Jason Garrett gonna see his mistakes in the play calling? He's just the blind leading the blind. Patrick Graham probably knows he messed up.
You know what I think this offense is gonna do against the Redskins? I think we're gonna give up about 4 to 5 sacks. I really do.
Don't say that.
I hope you're right.
And also, we have to get Kenny Golladay involved in the offense early. Don't put him in too late.
Dude, just throw it up to him. That man literally saved Daniel Jones from an interception across the middle of the field when he just bullied that DB and took it from him.
I hope the last part of the game woke up Garrett. I hope the last part of the game when they were moving the ball up and down the field kind of said, hey, listen, this is how we have to maneuver the offense in order to be successful. because they did move the ball up and down the field. It became critical mistakes, which is unfortunate because you have Judge as the coach who preaches discipline. And the most disciplined team out there on Sunday was the Denver Broncos.
And it wasn't close.
On everything that they did. Defensively, great game plan. Right? We had to give it to them. They stacked the box. They dared us to throw the football. And we didn't
do that when your offensive play caller is vanilla as that, because your DBs already know, look, they're going to a certain spot. Just don't get beat to that spot. We're going to pressure Daniel Jones because we know that he's going to stare at one receiver, and whoever he's staring at, just don't get beat to that spot they're going to, because they have film on us. There's a such thing as film. I don't understand this shit.
And also on 4th and goal, right? Why in the hell Wayne made Galladay run a fade route in the end zone?
Because that's too smart thinking. That's logical. That's
why is our red zone offensive play calling so ignorant? I've never
It's Jason
like
Garrett.
It's even before Jason Garrett.
What I understand is Jason Garrett of a game. He doesn't know when to call certain things. Like, you don't run a reverse third play in after you just made a 40-yard bomb. You know, when you're down inside the 4-yard line, you just got to turn over, and your first play is a run. Why not play action and throw it deep? See what happens.
Right.
Worst case scenario, they intercept it, and they're down to the 50-yard line. They're down to the 50-yard line.
When we got that fumble, we were so predictable on that down offensive drive. Why not put them in the I form, fake it to Saquon Barkley, and just launch that mug to Kenny Galladay? Hopefully he can jump up and grab the ball over somebody.
Why in the hell we ain't do no fucking screens that game also? It was like 0 screens.
Everybody's cursing right now, bro.
My bad. I out of curse, but we
But I don't know what's happening with this offense, because you have Barkley in the game, and I don't know if he's rusty or whatnot, but there's some plays where they block it up right, and he can't go this way, and he can't get out of his way. Then you have there's one play that stands out. Devontae Booker, right? Daniel Jones has so much time he can read a book back there, and he throws a terrible pass backwards to Devontae Booker. Now, I'm not trying to complain. What I'm saying is, if he hits him in stride, maybe that guy gets more yards. Instead, he has to do an acrobatic catch, one-handed.
He made that one-handed catch?
Right. When he was wide open, nothing but green grass in front of him. Those are plays you got to make, and change.
I'll tell you another play that pissed me off. Is when he had Saquon Barkley standing wide open in the middle of the field in front of him, staring right at him.
Waving his hand.
He tries to throw it to Shepard and gets it almost picked off by the defender. When he could have threw it to Saquon Barkley right there with the check down, I got a first down easily.
Yes, I saw that too. Saquon was waving his flag. He could have thrown it. He was so open.
Right. Like, I don't get it, man.
I know, but
like I said, that's why I call him a robot that malfunctions.
But that's why I'm scared of this game on Thursday, because I can trust Patrick Graham. I know he's going to do it, because like I said last year against the 49er game, he sat out there and said he coached one of his worst games. I'm sure he's looking at the film tonight going, I got to do a better job and put these guys in place. But what I'm worried about is that defense, screwing up. I mean, Matt Pert didn't even move. He's still standing there. Well, Von Miller runs by him. You know what I mean?
Wait. And they sold it. Would he let Von Miller get the sack?
Oh, that was bad.
You do know on that.
Nate Solder had one bad play against the Hall of Famer. Matt Pert didn't even move.
Gates said that was his fault.
Like he was taking a nap.
Gates said it was his fault.
No, that was the craziest part.
No, Nick Gates said he snapped it too soon.
Well, everybody,
but you're looking at the ball, man. You're holding some guy's finger. You know what I mean? You got to know that even though the ball snapped, you got to know something's happening.
Like I said, it's a combination of everything.
It's like weird, Murphy's Law with this team. What could go wrong will go wrong.
One of my biggest problems with this O-line is it's like you can't even really pinpoint any one thing that this O-line does well. You know what I mean? You can't say, oh yeah, they're good pass blockers, they're good run blockers, they're good again, they handle stunts well. You can't point at anything and say they do anything well. So that's the part that's a little problematic with me about their development. It's just like I'm just getting a little bit impatient with it.
This is why we miss Eli Manning, because Eli would come up to the line, he would shuffle, point out the mic, get the guys in the right position, and make the right play. Daniel Jones comes up there, goes 52 is the mic, set, hut, hike. Like there's no like adjustments being made in his cadence, you know. And then when he does get up there, they're hiking the ball with 1 second to go. That's a disadvantage to your offense. When the defense knows you have no time but to snap the ball, the defense is already at an advantage. We don't do any advantage. We're always counterpunching. We're never the aggressor, you know. And it just sucks because our blitzes can't get home. We blitz 50% of the time against the Broncos. The Broncos blitz 29%. 50%. Think about that. And they have 2 sacks.
Yeah, the thing is, it was
I
like
think so too, Jose.
that
Yeah, if we get but Wilson's not going anywhere. He's happy in Seattle.
Derek
But,
Carr.
is it just me or is it Daniel Jones doesn't know how to make adjustments either?
Is Garrett letting him make adjustments?
Yeah, some. I'm telling you.
Come on, man. You're a quarterback in this
Round.
offense. If you don't trust your quarterback, you can't be the OC.
Dude, I get it, okay, but we don't know if Garrett's what he's doing because he's running that stupid freaking one read offense. I'm sorry, that's what he's doing.
But there's 5 guys on the field, so
I don't think they're giving this kid a chance to develop the way he's supposed to, and it's a part of him too not develop the way he's supposed to. If this kid is in the damn classroom night in, night out, first person in, first person out, why the hell can't this dude make any?
What is he doing?
like one read offense, you should be good to go by 7 o'clock.
Like,
right,
what is he studying where it's a one read offense? You can't study that much if you have no
Lamar just did a Daniel Jones.
It means
like,
nothing
what are
if
you
he
studying one read offenses for if you're the first one in, last one out? Like, there's only so much one read you can do. So he has to be in there looking at other things.
Wait,
they're not letting this kid develop, or this kid just can't develop. It's
Right, Pat. It's got to be one or the other, because if you're giving him one read offense, does that mean he's dumb and can't digest?
I don't think he's dumb.
He went to Duke. He can't be dumb.
What do we do, Joel? What do we do?
He played sport. Doesn't mean you get a degree and everything. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's a dumb guy, but if you can't comprehend more than one read, you can't be an NFL quarterback. I'm sorry. There's more than one player running out there at a time. You have Galladay, Shepard, and Barkley. Make up your own damn shit at some point. If you don't like what's going on, you need to win games. Let's make it up.
Yeah, but Sirianni made Hurts look like Tom Brady. Okay, so what the hell does that tell you?
The Falcons made him look like Tom Brady.
Well, that too. What does that tell you? A guy that completed 50% of his passes last year, and he completed what?
He was sharp yesterday. Doesn't matter who he's playing against. He was sharp. Not going to hate on that,
exactly.
man.
Well, you know what?
But if Daniel Jones comes out and plays the Falcons and does the same thing, we're going to say the same thing about.
I don't think Daniel Jones can do the same thing.
No, he can throw the ball.
Honest with you.
He had 5 touchdowns. Where's the Daniel Jones of his rookie season? Where's that guy?
I believe.
Exactly.
Real talk. I believe this offense is holding Daniel Jones back.
If we could get Pat Sherman back, I think Daniel Jones does a lot better.
If we could get any other coordinator, Jones would do better.
I believe this offense is holding
what Miz is saying is what it is right there, man. Ground the game. We need to run the football. We need to punch teams in the mouth. That's what you got to do.
But how about this? I'll give you this. If you're telling me that we need to punch him in the mouth, what do you think every other defense is doing? They're stacking the box. So they're going to dare us to run the football. You know how hard it is to run against 9, 10-man fronts? What they need to be doing is play action passing and throwing it downfield to loosen up those DBs so then they can run the football. When your first play of the game, run to Saquon Barkley. How about first play of the game, play action, throw it deep? Let's see let's open it up. Let's not be a snooze fest when we walk out there. You and I are calling the freaking play from our couch. Up, it's going to be a run play. Up, it's going to be a run play. Up, a pass, incomplete, 3 and out.
I want Joel to be the coordinator.
Predictable.
I tell you, I already
play action. Roll Daniel Jones out. Let him use that athleticism and stop these people from putting 8 to 9 people in the box stopping our run. We're trying to run it straight at 8 to 9 man boxes, and we don't have dogs at the offensive line.
And the worst part is
we don't have anybody that's gonna punch you in the mouth on the offensive line.
We beat that defense on a crosser with Shepard.
You say what?
We beat that defense on a crosser with Shepard, who got the touchdown. Well, where was that
on a
freaking
play
route
action
the rest
pass?
of the game?
What do you think? A play action pass to number 26. I guess the guy can be a decoy. When you're taking him out of the game and doing stupid stuff, I mean, like, you get the ball inside the 4-yard line. Why is Devontae Booker in there? To me, I'm putting in Barkley already because one, I know he can catch the ball, and two, they're going to probably bite on the fake, and that's when you go to Golladay. Because guess what? 3 things are going to happen. It's going to be incomplete, interception, or penalty. Okay,
and another
those 3
thing,
things are going to happen.
And another thing, I want to talk to Miz for a second. Miz said we need the ground game. It's going to be a long season.
Yeah,
I get that, but you can't have a ground game against 8 to 9 man boxes, and they know you coming right at them with the run. We need to install some play action. When we let that play action and hit Shepard across that middle, we got that touchdown. That should have woke everybody up right there.
I've been saying right back
to doing what we wanted to do.
But even not in the box, a wide receiver screen's going to loosen that up.
Right.
Look, they did max protect on that play.
But in order to get the play action off, you got to establish the ground game first. They got to expect the run.
No, you don't.
Now we're going. Now we're 2-6 back there.
Loading up the box from the get-go.
Now we're 2-6 back there.
From the get-go, you do a play action from the beginning. It's going to be linebackers like, oh, snap. And then Evan Ingram can get right behind them on a post route or something like that. Then that opens it up.
I'm
Devontae Booker, I'm not scared of.
What I've been saying from the beginning is that he doesn't know how to use Daniel Jones. Not saying Daniel Jones is great, but Jason Garrett is hindering the ability that he does have because he's trying to make him a pocket passer. He's not letting him roll out, bootleg, play action, and those sort of things, which Pat Shurmur did, which is what you got the best out of Daniel Jones doing.
And let that man throw that ball deep. Stop letting these damn safeties and everybody just be congested in the middle of the field, waiting for you to throw a damn hitch or a quick slant or something. They just breaking all over it. Let that man throw the ball out deep. That's what he does best. Okay, we might go 3 and out because we threw the ball deep 3 times, but those safeties know you better keep your ass back there.
Right.
But to change the pace a little bit, I got to ask the panel a question. What did you guys think of Ben Bredeson's overall play, considering that he came in on such short notice and he was out there playing?
He held up. He's our left guard.
He held up.
He was half decent.
I think he's our left guard. I think Lemieux's going to have to fight to get that position back.
Well, Lemieux has a partially torn patella tendon, so
but when he comes back next year, I think Bredeson's going to be the starting left guard.
Well, I think Bredesen will start this week. It's a short week. I don't know how well that knee's going to hold up.
Right.
After, taking a pounding, and a beat down on Sunday.
It's going to be better to put Lemieux on the IR for the season, let him go get that surgery and get him ready for next year. But Lemieux's going to have a hard time getting that job away from him.
I say you cut Lemieux and get a compensatory pick for his
I mean, you don't need to cut him. I think if he could be a backup, that might be helpful.
Right.
You never know who's going to go down, and he knows the offense, right? So let him heal up, and if he's healthy, like what he did with Will Hernandez, right? Will Hernandez eventually became a backup player when they inserted Lemieux in the game, and it was him and Zeitler rolling. So you'll have a solid backup player to come in and spell either one of your guard spots. I mean, I don't think you should cut him now. Maybe next year if you acquire a better player.
Good point, Adam.
I mean, I agree with you, but we're so thin with linemen right now with experience. Right. I don't want to assign Ted Larson on the practice squad because we decided to try to get a compensatory pick for Shane Lemieux. And then all of a sudden someone else goes down and there's Ted's old ass Larson collecting AARP out there, getting Daniel Jones killed.
Don't say that name no more.
Or how about this? If
Kenny Wiggins.
Oh God!
If we try, I don't want to play the catch.
Something's wrong with your mic. What's going on?
If I'll take over. I was just medicated, so I was just listening on stream.
Medicated. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So that being said, I was just
Tiny
gonna say like,
bubbles.
if we came out like, if our defense came out expected like how most of us expected them to look, would we have won this game? Because if you look at
Breaking
it,
news,
like,
tie game 17-17. Go ahead.
Miz with the
they
play,
just
by the way.
scored. They just scored. If you look at it, like, the Broncos had 35 time of possession in minutes. We had 24, but they had 24 first downs. We had 19 first downs. You know, they had it was a close game. But if you think about it, like, I think if our defense played like how we all thought they were supposed to play,
Oh, we would have won.
we would have won that
Would've been a
game.
different game.
So like, obviously, like, I love the discussion, but I just want to wait to see how we come out on Thursday, and then we really can see like how this team really is. Now, understand this, like, every point, not every point, but most of the points that you guys make, I agree with. And you know what, like, I'm sick and tired of is just the numbness. I know Eli Manning was numb, but at the end of the day, like, he had some wawa in him, and you can't change who Jones is, but at least, like, even the announcer said it on TV, like, at least go over and like patch a receiver, be like, you know what I'm saying? There's just like a blah there,
There's
and
his head in a tablet.
yeah, and I think, like, exactly, I was about to say that. He was just sitting on the bench watching the game. Like, why are you watching the game? Yeah, obviously watch the game, but head in the tablet, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's a lot of things that I wish could have happened, but at the end of the day, I don't want to say this because I hope it doesn't happen because I want this team to win, but like, I'm sick and tired of it's becoming that, like, let's just throw money that he's gonna fumble because we might just make some bills. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So it's been hard.
Well,
It's
you
been
know,
tough, man.
Pat hit it. I think it was Pat that hit the nail right on the head. There's not one thing that we can point to and say that's wrong. That
Team
guy
game.
needs to go. This is what needs to be fixed. It was just the whole team. We were
Right,
not
but you
expecting the whole team to come out like that.
But I think the defense is going to bounce back.
Absolutely.
Maybe the exoticness of Denver playing, maybe that
That's
threw
a
them
wicked
off.
point.
They don't play Denver all the time. But I don't
The
know.
numbness of it all.
I'm just hoping that the defense comes. If the defense comes to play, I can deal with the offense struggles. If they play like they did on Sunday, and the offense is trying to get its sea legs under us, it's going to be a long first 4 weeks.
But that's the thing I was trying to hit the point on too. Is like, I love what you guys. I love the conversation. It's good for stream, but it's we sit here and we critique, which we should. We're all passionate Giants fans, but I would say, like, yo, like, we, outside of everything we messed up on, we did move the ball. We did, like, besides the running game. Let's not talk about that. So obviously that's why you guys was critiquing the running game, but we did move the ball. But listening to you guys, I agree with you guys. Like, it's not only Daniel Jones, but with the play calling with Garrett, it's just blah. And
Well, it's also Judge. I mean, he went for it twice inside the red zone.
And also, why did Judge challenge a flag on a touchdown?
He was angry, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he was not a happy camper.
He had to throw something. He wanted to hit somebody. You wanted him to throw a chair, but he couldn't afford that fine of throwing a chair. He ain't had enough wins yet. He got to keep his job, so the only thing he could throw was that flag.
Yeah,
But I mean, like, when he came to the podium, when he came to the podium, he's like, "Oh, we did this. We're gonna correct this." Da, da, da. I'm like, "Dude, you're the guy who told me you're gonna punch guys in the mouth, and this is how you come out in your post game presser." Like, give me something to hang on.
Adam, what do you want him to do?
Be more upset than his fucking late legs.
What did you want him to do?
No, but it's so sad because obviously it's sad, but like, Blake Martinez makes that bomb tackle first, and he has his hands up, and we're all like, this is gonna be a monster game.
And then you didn't hear from him again. No, I mean, like
Right.
it
Pinball the
sounded
rest
like
of the
Pat
game.
Shermer to me. That's all I'm saying. It didn't sound like Joe Judge. It sounded like Pat Shermer. And I don't want it to sound like Pat Shermer. I want you to sound like Joe Judge, the guy who has cleaned up this team that we put all our stock in, that we were so excited for because they went 5-3 in the second half of the year. We're sitting here saying they're going 12-5. Bang, fireworks going off. We're going to win the Lombardi and shit. And here we come out, we lose to a team who's on the same level as us. These are games we need to be winning.
Right.
I mean, but how fired up can you be in a press conference when you're that embarrassed?
Hold on. Breaking news, though. I still feel that way. I still feel that we're going to get it together. We might start off 0-2, 1-2. Who knows? But I guarantee you, by the end of this season, everybody on this panel will be singing a different tune.
I
But what
hope
tune
everybody
are we
on this panel singing a different tune by the end of the season. We
I
need
mean,
to
what
be
tune are we
singing
singing? Are we singing 9 wins and no playoffs? We're singing 8 wins and no playoffs. Like, I want playoffs. I don't want
playoffs.
9 wins and clap on the back and, hey, we got a great draft pick for number 15.
No. Playoffs.
Maybe they're trying to get to 0-2 to be inspired.
That's not something you want to get inspired.
I know,
by.
it was a joke.
Probability of going to
This
the
is
playoffs
crazy.
is terrible.
Of course not.
You know,
Only good thing is to play the
we might have
Falcons
lost.
after 10 days.
We
I
might
mean,
have
like, that's
lost
the
week
game I'm
one,
really
but at
judging it
least
on.
we're
You-
healthy. We didn't get any sustained injuries to key players.
Yeah,
You
because
know?
we're playing.
I think we're gonna come out Thursday with a chip on our shoulder.
Yep.
I think we're gonna. The big thing that I like about this
It'll
team
be a
is
physical
that
game, man.
the players hold themselves accountable. None of the players come out there and point fingers at each other. They say, "I had a bad game. I need to clean up this. I need." None of them say it's the other guy. So they're all accountable for their own actions. They all hold each other accountable. They play for each other. I think they're going to have a big conversation about it, correct some things, and they're going to come out there and ball Thursday. Because if they don't, I'm going to be on here Thursday night dropping all types of F-bombs and mother effers in English and in
Oh
Spanish.
yeah, I might get kicked off my live play-by-play.
I won't even show up anymore. Maybe that's a good thing for you guys. But
Nah.
Because,
But-
you know what I want to see? I want to see a winning streak. I
right.
want to see a 3 or 4 game winning streak.
Well, you know what's going to suck, and I don't want to put this in the airspace, but if you go 0-2, you got 10 days to sit on that fucking shit. Sorry, Lou. You got 10 days to sit on that crap.
No, I don't
Okay.
think we're going 0-2.
I don't either. But, and here's my one thing, because Joe likes to bring this up. We have beaten Washington before, so maybe this will give the team a little bit more confidence with a team they know that they've played a little bit and had a little success against. So maybe that edge will come out on Thursday night. Let's hope so. 2 different teams out there. Let's hope that kind of fuels their getting things right, so to speak.
I
You know-
feel our defense will do good as long as they stop the run and don't let Tyler Heineke look like Fran Target.
Well, it'll be
That
a good gauge of
Listen.
what our offense is because we're playing another stout defense. So if we come out there with a chip on our shoulder and we come out there and ball, you know.
Yeah, well,
Get ready for
I-
Daniel Jones's obituary if he stinks.
I'm probably the most positive guy.
Tonight you look like someone stole
I
your
tried to
lunch.
be the most positive guy.
You
but
said that. You
this
said
team
that
comes out
sounded
plays like they did last year.
You said that.
Oh
sounded
my
like
God!
Vinny from the-
I
from the
will
football.
literally go off the freaking deep end. I'm coming to New York City with a Fire Garrett sign. Freaking, I'll buy an airplane, fly a goddamn banner over Giant Stadium. Fire that some bitch now. Sorry, Luke. Sorry.
I'm joining. I'm
I-
like that life.
This was such a kid-friendly channel until I invited you hooligans. No, I'm just playing.
I'm sorry, but
The kids know more. The kids know more.
you know,
They do.
you got that right. My God, they teach me words.
Yeah, look at this. Miss.
Right, Zion.
Yeah, well, it went
Words
from
the
rated
other
R
day.
to NC-17.
That's funny. Yeah, it's facts on that.
That's the only thing that's keeping me alive is that we beat Washington. If we didn't, it wasn't some other team. The only other thing that scares me too is the Giants stink in prime time. So something's got to give on Thursday. Something's got to give.
Right.
Yeah,
We keep beating Washington and we keep sucking on prime time. The prime time games, we are awful.
But if we can sneak out a win on Thursday, I'll be a little happier going into.
No, we're not. We're not gonna sneak out a win. Look, it's gonna be 24-7 New York.
Listen, man, I'll take a sneak out win as long as we get a
I
W.
just want to win.
We've been 0-2 for the last 10 years. I'm tired of that crap. Give me a win. By hook or by, I don't care if you win by 1 point. If it's 1-0.
7, New York.
Yeah, but you know what the worst part is last year opener at Pittsburgh, we played something better than we did yesterday.
And that was the
Actually,
same
the Pittsburgh game, we should have won.
And we lost Saquon Barkley. I'd rather we lost this game. We kept everybody healthy, and next week we come out and punch somebody in the mouth for 60 minutes and win 24-7.
Yeah, but you guys remember when we opened against Pittsburgh and DJ come out in that spread offense, and we were like, "What the hell's this shit?" Wow, I kind of like this. We all had some excitement. I wasn't that
red zone
excited.
pick.
I wasn't that excited when we come out in that offense yesterday, the first play.
I mean, they ran a run play, then they did some drop pass, and then they went deep, and it was a penalty.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, they ran the football, got 5 yards to Saquon Barkley, then had an incomplete pass, then did the
hard
shotgun
count
play, and it went deep. And then you're like, oh man, we got something here. And then of course, we had the reverse on the third play.
Why are we the only team in the league
that runs a reverse on the third play
and we won't throw another deep pass into the end of the game?
Like I said, come on, Miz, it's
because we're building for the reverse, man. We love those things. We did those things every game last year. We did a reverse, whether it was Shepard or Slayton. That was our running game. Hey, man, we're gonna do an RPO. Then let's throw a reverse in here.
That's not the look of devastation, Miz. That's the look of 420.
No, that's the look of disappointment. I ain't 420 yet. I should, because I'd probably be in a better mood. But it's all disappointment. There's no way in hell. No way in hell did I expect our team to come out. And then Holmes with that stupid freaking penalty. Ojulari with a stupid freaking penalty. He knows better than to hit a guy high.
He's a rookie.
And okay, so that's what I mean. You can't just point to one position, one group, one player and say, well, that's the reason why we lost the friggin' game. You can't.
I blame the headman.
Miz just made a good
one clapper.
Miz just made a good point. That's what I've been saying too. The whole league knows our plays by formation. They really do.
Joe looks devastated.
They really do.
It's like
when you get beat by us, it's your fault. I promise you it is. The way he calls them plays, if you get beat by us, it's your fault. Because you already know what's coming.
And not only that, it's like he calls the same plays in order. Like it's like order to him.
He don't even mix up the plays, Lou. It's
Right.
order.
He's
Third
like,
play,
this one is
Kadarius
number 1.
Toney.
This one is number 2. This
You
one
know
is
every
number 3.
third
This one is
down,
number
you know
4.
exactly what play is coming. Hey, cuz if you don't go stand right there, I promise you I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Well,
So
the thing
go
is that
stand right there, it's coming right to you.
If you play against Jason Garrett,
here's how we'll know it's predictable on Thursday. If he comes out and he does a run play on first down, you might as well turn the TV off. You might as well turn the
It's
TV off.
over with. The next 2 downs are gonna be incomplete passes, one on the hitch, and Daniel Jones is gonna get sacked on third down.
Not first
Turn the
drive.
game off.
It will be a point on the first drive.
Well, here's a question for the panel.
Curse
When are
you.
we going to start seeing more of CJ Board? Because at least he catches the friggin' ball and makes
CJ
plays.
Board.
Tony,
That's what I
Tony.
I got Kenny Galladay.
Tony.
And Sterling Shepard.
Hey.
And Kadarius Toney.
I'm out for
Barkley,
Slayton.
and you want to see CJ freaking
Where's John
Board?
Ross at?
He catches the friggin' ball.
Ivory? He's on Ivory.
he was talking about
freaking
replacing
Board.
Slayton with CJ Board because Slayton dropped like 4 passes yesterday.
Right.
God. I want Kadarius
Listen.
Toney returning kicks because CJ Board missed a wide open right
You're not
side
gonna
when
see-
on that first kickoff. You rewatch that first
He
kickoff.
was saying
Board,
he wants CJ Board to replace Slayton in receiver because Slayton dropped.
I want to
4
try that
passes.
6'6" guy they got, Collins or whatever his name is. I'll take him over both Board and Slayton.
Oh, yeah,
Throw the
I
ball
forgot
up, you got
about
twin
him.
towers. out
Justin
there.
Collins.
We
or
can't
whatever.
throw the damn ball to a 6'4" Galloway. And you want another guy in there that we're not going to throw a 50-50 ball to?
At least he'll look tall.
Oh,
At least I
yeah,
can
you're
dream.
right. He will look
At least I
tall.
can dream. I
I
can dream
know.
that he threw the ball to him.
Hey, you know what? Galladay came out today and said, I want Jones to throw me the ball even if I look covered. I'm going to get his trust. But
but if you're saying that crap, that means you need to go in the huddle and say, listen, I mean, come on, we've all watched football, we've all been in the backyard,
Right.
we've all defied our coach once in a while. It's time for them to make a play where they're like, listen, the defense is coming at us. Let's do a hitch play. Let's figure something out. Don't sit there and look at a tablet and then tell me that it's one freaking read because you're sitting there the whole game looking at the same freaking play. It's got to be more. I got to put the onus on the kid because he has to have command of the offense. He has to be able to be like, well, I don't like this play. I'm going to change it at the line. You know what I mean? He has to have that flexibility. And if he can't do it, or he's not giving it.
I would agree with you, Adam, if I was in the huddle or if I was in the meeting room or if I was in the rooms for film study. But I don't know what the hell they're telling him. So how can I say that? I don't know what the coaches is coaching him up to.
But it's like if Barkley is not running the right hole because he's cutting back because he thinks he's Saquon Barkley, the coach has still got to coach him and say you got to run to the freaking hole, right? Because there's freaking plays to be made. Sometimes ad-libbing works and sometimes ad-libbing doesn't. But as a quarterback, you need to be kind of an amoeba and be able to change when you see something's not working. Guess what? I can't run a hitch play today. You know what, Tony? Fuck it. We're gonna say run a hitch and go. Okay, that's what you're gonna do. You can't just sit there and be like, oh, we're gonna run. And then the other thing that doesn't make any sense to me is spatial awareness. Why are you running a 4-yard route when you need 5?
I get it.
Like
Bro,
that should be on the player. You can't.
That's the frustration we're seeing.
Are they coaching them to run for 4 yards? Because if they are, then they all need to be fired.
Right. I'm right with you.
Because my coach never told me when I play receiver, hey, you know what? You run 9 yards instead of 10. You know, we don't need the first down on this play. You know, it's okay. We want to pad our stats.
But
come on. That's like
every time
don't
we
really
see
lay it up in basketball. You know, just kind of stand there and then shoot it. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, he got it.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah, but here's the thing, Adam. Every time we see the Giants on the field, first down is run for 4 yards, drop pass. Now we're 3rd and 6. Okay. Right. You know, it's like Garrett's using 3 plays to move 10 yards. We're tired of that shit.
But it's also a lot of execution
see that
errors.
play calling.
Execution errors. Guys need to be held accountable. If Darius Slayton's going to drop a ball, see you later. I'll give it to the kid. You know what I mean? I'll try Tony, who hasn't had practice time. I'll say, listen, I got to try somebody else out. Like, that's what I'm saying. Be bold. Bench somebody.
I agree.
You know, like he's so eager to bench the offensive line and switch them all in and all this. Why not the receiver say, no, you're not playing? Sorry, you drop a pass, you're on the bench for a couple plays. Darnay Holmes should have been benched after those 2 stupid penalties. I don't know who you're putting there.
Yeah, no. Did you guys read Judge's lips when Holmes, after he committed that play? Judge is like, get that guy out of there now. And Garrett's like, or Graham was like, yo, come over here.
But that's what I need to see more of because this team, the thing that I think it makes us disappointed is that we bought into the hype of we were in the playoff hunt last year.
Yeah.
We were in the division race last year. The season was exciting till December. We all bought into that, and that's what led over to our excitement into this year. And then to come out in front of your home fans who haven't been there in over 365 days, right? A whole year they weren't in the building, and you come out and you lay that egg. You're not even. They didn't even look emotional. Like they didn't look like fired up on defense. Like that defense usually when they make a play, it ignites the whole defense, and then all of a sudden they get stifled. Like in the second half, I was like, "Yep, Broncos scored 17. Don't worry, we only give up 18. The Broncos aren't scoring a damn thing."
That grown man shit right there.
Anyways, guys, thanks for having me, Lou. Just wanted to come on and pop on with you fellas. I'll see you guys soon. Go Blue.
Appreciate
Later,
you,
Adam.
All right, bro.
Great talking to you.
Bam.
This is a great game right now going on right here on Monday Night Football right now.
Yeah. Is it still tied?
Hey, you know
tied
what?
Again, it's about to be.
I got more great news for Giants fans. If y'all want a little excitement, the Bears lost.
You
know what? I'm trying to be positive, damn it.
You're looking way too far ahead. I'm looking at Thursday.
Like I said. But you know,
I was just sad when you diss on when I've been dissing on Detroit and Houston and they score way more points than us.
Right.
But what do you think about what? Matter of fact, speaking of Thursday, what y'all think about about Washington. You know what I mean? They should be coming into this game with pretty much the same chip on their shoulder that we have. I mean, they got a lot to prove also in this game, considering I think most all season
I'll be right back.
we've been considered like the favorites in this division. Probably Washington, Giants, Cowboys in the mix too, obviously. So it's
well, I've been saying all offseason that the only team in the division that I respected was Washington, and that I felt like we would split with them and that we would sweep Dallas and we would sweep Philadelphia. Thankfully, we didn't play Philly or Dallas first. But I think that yesterday's butt whooping was a reality check. And I think the reason Joe Judge didn't come out there all fired up at the podium about it like Adam would like to see, and like so many other Giants fans would like to see, is because the media made a big fuss about him cursing in a practice to the point where he had to actually address it at the podium the following day or the second day after. So, I think he's being careful what he says in front of the cameras. And if you notice, back to Joe's reference, when he said Darnay Holmes pulled that penalty, he was like, get him the F out of there. So I think he's keeping one persona for his team and then, all business in front of the camera.
I think we come out like hopefully our defense snaps back and we come out looking strong. Hopefully, I'm gonna respect whoever they have out there on the field. I believe it's gonna be Heineken. He's mobile. I don't know that much about him. What's his name? Heineken. I don't know his name. It starts with an H. Thank you, that guy. But I think our defense is gonna really have an outstanding game. Just because I believe that they put I think they put this game on them. I know it's a team game, but I think a lot of guys on defense took this one to heart, which they should. They shouldn't, but obviously, And I also think we're gonna see Barkley in the game where, and I wouldn't say he gets over 100 rushing yards, but I would say he's more active, and hopefully he can get over 100 yards from scrimmage. I want to see mixing him in the running game as well. I know it's his first game back, that's why he tripped, and just kind of getting back into shape. But I think a short week, and after basing it off what I seen, and this is just hope. But I think once again, I don't want to just jump on the roller coaster and take a seat and hopefully our defense balls out of control. But hopefully, being that it's going to be a division game, I know we're not really good at prime time. We just talked about that, but I can see it. I can see us coming out. I don't know. Luke, did you see 24?
Yeah, 24/7.
Okay, I'm gonna go 24-10. And hopefully we're right about that. I'm gonna get off. I've been just kind of sitting here and listening. And thank you for leaving me on. It's been just such a pleasure. And please subscribe to everybody here. And thank you so much, guys. You guys have a good night.
All right, take it easy, John.
Take care.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
What you think about Washington, Joel?
Heineke scares me. I know that people say I'm not worried about him, but I watched a couple Washington games with him in there last year, and if I'm not mistaken, the last game he was playing against us and looked good, and then got hurt, didn't he?
Listen,
okay.
If we're going to continue the trend of breaking legs, I think you should be worried about us.
Yeah, I know that. I get that, Lou, but Heineke's a little bit just like the guy we just faced.
No,
he
yeah,
can run,
I
he can scramble. If he can avoid the rush, I mean, you could say that Dexter Lawrence was held. We can call that all day. However, the flags, the refs never threw a flag. The refereeing in that game was god awful. I don't know where those guys came from, but I hope we never see them again.
If they study the film of how they lost yesterday, then they should be able to make sure they make them corrections so that they don't let the quarterback escape the pocket when they're putting pressure.
Yes. It's 2 days, and we are coming off of a performance that was just god awful. Like I said, I'm so disappointed right now. it's hard for me to make a prediction on Washington because there's more than one factor involved in the Giants losing yesterday.
No, it's
And
more
I don't
than
know
one
if they can correct everything. Special teams was awful. Offense was awful. Defense was awful.
All three phases. You're absolutely
You
right.
know, this is going to be a testament to Judge's coaching right here. This game probably is going to be the defining moment for the first half of this season as to what we do as a New York Giants team.
And all that money being spent on the offense, we're gonna need two of them guys to step up and be playmakers.
And as it
regardless
is,
of who it is.
And as it sits right now, we only got $2.4 million in cap space next year. So they're going to have to move contracts, move guys around, possibly trade guys. This team might look completely different next year than it did this year. Especially if Judge and Gettleman are gone. I don't understand the hate for Gettleman right now. Everybody loved the draft. Everybody loved the picks. We started getting linemen when cuts were made, which I knew was going to happen. I know everybody was worried about it, but the Bredesen kid that we got after cuts, he kind of stepped in there and looked decent.
Yeah. Considering he's been with the damn team 8-9 days, yeah.
You know, and people have to realize too that, you know, guys, you got to still realize we're suffering from Jerry Reese still. I know he's been gone for 5 years, but that's what he did. That's what hurt this team so friggin' much. I mean, look at our oldest veterans. They've only been on the team for 4 or 5 years, 6 years. And they're not even Gettleman or Judge's picks.
Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard is the longest time New York Giant.
But
Exactly.
he was the best player on the field yesterday. So
Exactly. I mean, you know, where's our depth from our first round picks from his timeline and before a couple years before that? There's nothing. Nothing. Those linemen are playing for San Francisco. One retired. One was playing in Arizona. Justin Pugh was in Arizona, I think. We don't even have those guys anymore, you know? So what do you do as a fan? How am I supposed to pick us winning or losing, you know, right now after what I saw that garbage Sunday? Like I said, I'm probably the most optimistic guy you'll ever want to see or meet, but God damn it, I can't be optimistic right now. I'm scared going into this game. Yeah, we're healthy, but, you know, are our leaders going to step up and, you know, the guys that made bad plays, are they going to be held accountable? Are they going to hold themselves accountable? Is Holmes going to be himself accountable for that stupid-ass penalty?
Thursday night.
Is Ojulari, a rookie, going to step up and say, you know what, that was my bad, I cost the team? You know, God, right now, it's, you know, everybody's got me thinking Washington now because everybody's saying we're going to split with Washington this year. I can't think positive and say we're going to sweep the division no more.
Yes, you can.
Well, I can say it, but I'm not going to feel it. I mean, I'm numb right now.
Feel it. You got
what a run by Lamar Jackson. My goodness.
You got to feel it. You got to Peter Pan it.
Oh yeah, bro, man, I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to believe 4-1, but damn it, Lou, you know, it's looking 1-4. I mean,
Damn
that's
it,
how
Jim.
we started
I'm a doctor, not a scientist.
The last damn 4 years has just been garbage. That's why I had so much hope this year. I thought Judge was really going to turn it around. I thought Garrett actually had somebody who could make playmakers and run a different offense.
One game.
It's
one game, Joe. It's one game, Joe. It's one game, Joe.
I know it's one game.
One game, bro. I mean, I want you to know. I feel your pain. I feel your pain, but I want you to. You got to still like. I mean, I was really mad yesterday too, Joe. Really mad. But we still got to remember there are 16 games left. And it starts on Thursday night with Washington. And we take back the season.
We
take this back.
Who thinks that Jimmy Garoppolo is a good quarterback? If you could believe in Jimmy Garoppolo, you better believe in Thursday.
Wait a minute. Would you pull up Jimmy Garoppolo's numbers for me yesterday?
No,
at one point in time,
it was very impressive.
Yeah, he was like 7 for 7 for like $120 already. It was ridiculous. And then the Texans won. I'm like, yeah, could you imagine if Deshaun Watson was playing with if he would have had more of a score, if it would have been the same type of game? And everybody like just about killed me. you know, Pert worries me. I like Pert. Andrew Thomas had a great game. He had a really high grade in PFF. I know everyone doesn't like PFF numbers, but he was over 80. Hernandez didn't do too bad.
We can talk about defense. Logan Ryan was the highest in PBS.
Okay, but now why were we pulling Peppers? Why did he only play 30 snaps?
Because Peppers was getting absolutely destroyed.
Well,
He was getting destroyed by Notre Dame.
Noah Fant was killing him.
The tight ends, Peppers getting toasted.
Well, Holmes and Jackson were getting slaughtered too there a couple of times. So we got beat a lot in the slot yesterday.
Yeah.
The slot really hurt.
I actually liked our run defense, but until the end, I know they was getting tired because the passive defense kept getting tortured. So
that's a good point. The run defense was overall pretty solid. Overall, was definitely.
Yeah, the only thing they gave up was that big play at the end.
Oh, big 77-yard touchdown,
Right, yeah.
I mean,
nothing major.
That's what the end of the game after shit. They really gave up right there.
11
the game was already
rushes.
over.
He had 11 rushes for over 100-something yards.
80 of it came on one play. So really, he wasn't doing anything to that one play.
But
If the
that makes
defense
it
can
look
pick
real
it up,
good.
I'd say the Giants win 24-17. If the defense picks up their game.
24-7. Like
17.
7-11.
24-17.
I got my own score. It's 10-7. I just want to win.
If we only put up 10 points, we lost. I'm sorry.
Greeny Green done been on too much Greeny Green.
Nah, I think we're gonna score like 20 to 25, and that's pretty much it. We're not going further than that.
But unfortunately, we have to score more the rest of the season. We have to get up into that 30-point mark.
20 points is nothing in the league right now.
Yeah, we have to hit 30. That's why I said 24. I think 3 touchdowns and a field goal.
And man, please let our red zone offense just do something. Our red zone offense is absolutely trash, man. I can't stand it.
I agree. Look, if we have Jason Garrett, just know it's not happening.
Say what?
We're just throwing fades into the corner of the end zone every time we're in the red zone. It's like all we do. Literally, just back and forth. We'll go to one side, go to the other side. It's ridiculous.
It's predictable at this point.
It's too predictable. It's like the defense doesn't even have to do anything.
Guess what?
All they gotta do is just be there. That's it.
Yeah.
They don't have to work.
Yeah, because you heard the Broncos saying we're not blitzing, and we still couldn't score.
Like, man,
The look of
I
the
don't understand it.
the
If
look
you
of the
got that
panel
many
says it
weapons,
all.
You got to open up the playbook, man.
No. They got to open up that position for Freddie Kitchens.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Listen, I didn't like the hiring of Jason Garrett.
I didn't either.
Endured this much of it already. Like
I didn't either.
if we don't win against Washington, he needs to be taken out to Times Square and flogged.
Right.
Like this was the old dark ages or something.
And I believe Jason Garrett is there because I believe Mara and them have a little thing for him too, because he played quarterback here.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah,
So
he's
I
back
think
up there.
If I was
He
Joe
played under Jim
Judge,
Fossil.
if I was Joe Judge, man, I would
Garrett-
put Freddie Kitchens over all offensive things, and I would fire Jason Garrett today. Reason why is I get to see what the hell Daniel Jones really is. I really believe this guy is making Daniel Jones say, hey,
Finally.
look at your first read. He should be open with this offense that I'm running. He should be open because I'm calling this play.
My boy Big
And he's
Pat
not
giving him
open
that
all the
front.
time.
Hey yo, you see that? I think that last year against the Browns, when Freddie Kitchens was calling the plays, you see how Darius Slayton was getting involved early that game. We gotta do that with Kenny Galladay though.
There's
Kenny
no
Galladay
reason
should
why
be
Kenny
getting
Galladay
fed.
should get 3 to 4 targets on the first drive.
He should be
I
getting
was
fed. Right.
barely used them.
It should be a 1-2 punch. Barkley, Galladay. Barkley, Galladay. Then play action, Shepard.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like I wish Evan Ingram was healthy that first game. Ingram was the perfect option.
Damn,
I still have
we
mixed
don't even
feelings.
throw bubble screens to our receivers.
Right.
That's how lame our offense is.
We didn't do screens the whole game. It's the same offense every time.
Like every offense that you see looks like, okay, they're really trying out here to get these plays done. They might just not have the talent to get. We don't even try. Our offense is so dry. Like it's just dry. You just know exactly what's coming.
Yep.
I can go out there and defend some of this.
Plays. I just know what we're gonna do because there's no creativity in this offense.
Well, if
Like,
you're going to fire,
we don't run bunch sets. We don't run 5 receiver. When we do run a 5 receiver set, it's
all
like a quick hitch. It's ridiculous, man. We don't run our fast tight ends up the seam. We don't do anything like that.
We're not. Every time we like ran a deep play, we actually completed a pass. I feel like we need to do that a lot.
well, if you're going to fire Garrett, you better get rid of Shaplinski also, because as a quarterbacks coach, he's doing something wrong too.
Yeah, something is going wrong, man. Because this kid Daniel Jones, you can see it. He has talent.
He's got talent.
He's got a lot of talent.
Here's a quick fact: he has 40 turnovers in 28 games.
Yeah, we know that. We've been.
Look, I'm not gonna discredit Daniel with that fumble. It did look like he tried to protect the ball, but it looked like a great tackle. Okay,
If you think Daniel Jones should have slid his head to avoid it,
you know,
that's the point. Yeah, there's rules in play. Exactly that. There's rules to protect the quarterback in those situations. Slide and live to play the next play. You know what I mean? And keep the drive alive down the scoring position. You got to save those, protect those points. We can't keep giving up points with those big turnovers.
And that's the problem. Every time we come close to scoring, Daniel Jones finds a way to mess it up.
I got a feeling you're going to see him slide more from now on. I
believe Daniel Jones is the type of guy that wants to win so bad. He wants to make a play so bad.
He try to be
that in this offense, it's too vanilla, and instead of just throwing it away or anything like that, he tries to force it and make a play, and you can't do that with Jason Garrett's offense because it's so trash.
Yep.
I want to see Daniel Jones in the offense where they open it up. Let this man throw this ball. He has one of the prettiest deep balls in the league. I'll give him that.
So, and last year they said he was like the top quarterback for something when it comes to deep passes.
I got your back, Pat. I got your back.
He showed it with Slayton.
Only person that throws the deep pass better than him that I think
Mahomes.
Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, the normal people, Russell Wilson, but he's right there behind them when it comes to throwing the deep pass. And I believe if you give this kid the chance to make plays as far as throwing the ball deep, I think this kid can be decent. I'm not saying he's going to be a Joe Montana thing, but he can be way better than he is. I'd rather see him throw an interception trying to get it deep to Kenny Galladay and it gets tipped in the air because Galladay can't throw it over his head or something. I'd rather see that than see this kid having a goal to try to make plays because he's so scared that I got to get the first down right here.
Right.
Because I know if we go to third and fourth, we're not going to get it.
You're taking the words right out of my mouth, Pat.
That's why I think the kid does what he does.
He panics in a pocket too much. That's the main problem. He panics. He doesn't
panic
to do.
I believe they're telling this kid to be a one-read quarterback. And when you take the option away from a quarterback to try to make a play to go through his reads, this is the result you get. You get strip sacks because he's sitting there, oh man, that one read's not there. Oh, snap, now I get hit. I'm telling you, this kid is a robot. Whatever you tell this kid to do, he's going to do it.
Right. Hey, how about this? If Daniel Jones going to throw the ball, can you not look at that one receiver for so long?
That's a one read.
I believe they told him on that play, Saquon Barkley should be open. Throw it to him. look at him, he should break open. And he stood there and looked at Saquon Barkley and saw 3 people there. And in his mind, I'm telling you, this kid's a robot. In his mind,
he looked Saquon Barkley off.
So, Pat, how about
What he was supposed to do to the safety, he did to Saquon Barkley. He looked Saquon Barkley off.
And also, Lou, how about that one play he threw to Booker? Booker was actually open, but Jones threw it way behind. But you lucky Booker went up and got that.
If he'd have thrown it in stride, if he'd have caught him in stride, he'd have
Patrick
broke
Mahomes throws it behind Tyreek Hill. He makes a great catch, and they say Mahomes threw a great pass. So
right,
as long as Booker came up with the ball, I'm fine. I think he got a first down on that play, or got close to it.
he had a good gain.
But what I'm telling you is this kid here wants to make the play so bad, and when you're restricted like that,
you force it.
He does stupid stuff like that, try to force it in there to try to make a play, and then let's call it what it is too. Sometimes he makes a great play, and sometimes he gets it to the receiver.
And they mess it up.
Drop. That kills his confidence.
Drop.
Too.
Bang. Yep. The receiver drops it.
I agree with that.
So that's why I say it's a combination of everything. And it's not going to get changed unless you bring somebody in here who's an offensive savant that's like, hey, I don't care. You're the quarterback. I'm calling these plays. You make a play happen. I'm calling these plays. You throw it to that first read because he should be wide open because I'm running this Air Coryell 1991 Dallas Cowboys offense with Michael Irvin and them out there.
Right.
Everybody can guard because they're so athletic now. You got safeties that's more athletic than DBs out here. And when you make it that easy, when the safety does not have to run down the field, when they can stay in the middle of the field the whole game, and you're still trying to run hitches, it's over with. And you got a quarterback that's a robot. You got to know what to do with a robot. I'm telling you, that kid is going to do whatever you tell him to do. You tell Daniel Jones to make one read, he's going to make one read.
Right.
If you tell Daniel Jones to run an RPO all day and never give the ball to the running back, even though he sees he's going to get killed, he's going to keep that ball because that's what he's told to do.
Also, Pat, you could tell Daniel Jones, hey, a throw pick on this play, so he's going to do it.
No, that's the part of him that malfunctions with the robot. He's trying to be something else, but it's just so in tune with him that he wants to make a play. And so when he doesn't see that first read, he's confused. And when he goes out there, tries to make a play, he tries to run through somebody to get a first down because he knows that the offense is stagnant. Our plays are not coming back to back like that. Like how Pat Shermer had Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater knows he can throw the ball away because the next play he ain't gonna call something where he can get 15 yards.
Right.
Daniel Jones doesn't have that with Jason Garrett.
No.
And whoever this
Everything
quarterback
is 3 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards.
Yeah, 3 yards.
Did you?
4 yards.
Daniel Jones had his best throws when we were running bunch formation off to the right. I can remember a couple of plays, and then that's how Shepard got open. Was that crosser over the middle? Daniel Jones hit him perfectly in stride.
That was a beautiful pass he threw.
Yes,
and
it allowed Shepard to catch the ball, break the tackle, and make a touchdown.
That was a multi-read play.
Right, the kid can do it. You remember the first preseason game he did it.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, man, it's a combination of everything. And Daniel Jones doesn't have that mindset to where I can live another day because I don't believe he feels he can live another day.
But then he tried that in the fourth quarter when he threw it out of the end zone at 3rd and goal because he knew he was going for it on 4th and goal. And I saw everybody blow up and say, what the hell are you doing throwing that ball? Because he saw the pressure coming. And he's like, okay, the play's not there. I'm throwing it away.
Right.
And everyone's like, what the hell was that? Oh, my God.
Guess what? You're going to say the same thing about Daniel Jones if he does that you said about Eli Manning.
Yep.
Eli Manning made the correct play every time. He threw it to that running back out the backfield because that's all he had.
Right.
And Daniel Jones doesn't have that. And even if he did have that, the offense would still be horrible.
Also, man, Manning as our quarterback, when Barkley used to do check downs, he would just throw it right to the check down and let Barkley do his thing on the field. I feel like Jones could do that.
Jones did that, the offense will still be stagnant because sooner or later they're gonna pick up on that too.
Yep.
Here's my thing. I think Jones, he got to look at everybody, go through your progressions on offense.
But if
That's
they're
the
not
point I'm
giving him the
saying, champ.
progressions,
I don't think they're giving him a chance to do that. I'm thinking they're making this kid be a one-read quarterback. Because I've seen him look off people. In his rookie season, he did that.
I see
When
him
he
do
was
it
with
last
Pat
game.
Shermer's offense, yes, he had turnovers. He was getting strip sacks because the offensive line was a block well and his pocket awareness was bad. But when he got that ball off, man, he was doing that. He was reading. Most of the time, he was getting strip sacked because he was trying to read the whole field, but it was just happening too fast.
I just think that Jason Garrett has to give Daniel Jones more confidence. That's my only thing.
You can't give somebody confidence if you're telling him to be a one-read quarterback. This is not Troy Aikman back in the day where the athleticism wasn't that great compared to what it is now.
Captain, you gotta let me fly.
Right.
And that's where I went off and I said, I called the Dallas game, I called the Philly game. Okay, I watched Dak and I watched Hurts. They were running bubble screens,
right,
swing passes, 5 to 10 yard slants, letting them just get comfortable, throwing the ball, doing what they can do best. But Hurts never threw a deep ball. Dak never threw a deep. He did one, and then everyone says Cooper should have caught that, or CeeDee Lamb should have caught that. But if Lamb caught that, he was going to get killed. Because you can see Lamb duck his head after he let go of the ball. He was waiting for that guy to just wail the crap right out of it. But that's how they warmed up Dak, and that's how they warmed up Hurts, and that's how they look so good. It was 5 to 7 yard slant routes, stop routes. Back. How many back shoulder fades have we seen Daniel Jones throw?
One.
None.
Maybe one.
None.
In his whole career.
That's the biggest throw that a quarterback can make.
Right.
How come Daniel Jones is not showing back shoulder fades or throws to any of these guys if they're going to get covered?
I'll tell you one that he did. The one that he threw the golden tape when he made that great catch on the 1 yard line.
But that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, we don't see that throw. We don't see that play in the repertoire.
And you mean to tell me we can't throw a back shoulder fade with Kenny Galladay?
Right.
Are you serious? That's his bread and butter.
I think that if this offensive line can pass protect and give him some time,
they look good.
With Evan Engram, Kenny Galladay,
might be short.
Saquon Barkley, Sterling Shepard, and Kadarius Toney on the field, there should be no reason that we're losing. That when you break it all down and look at it, it's simple. The guy's play calling is trash. It's that liquid that coagulates at the bottom of a big old dumpster behind a restaurant. That's what Jason Garrett's play calling is.
Yeah.
It's that little black, oozy, stinky, gooey, liquidy combination gathered at the bottom of the New York City alley dumpster behind the restaurant. That's what Jason Garrett's play calling skills are.
And that's why I have a hard time picking the Giants to win Thursday night.
Well, you can have a hard time. I'm gonna have an easy time picking it, and it's gonna be 24-7, and we're gonna produce 3 turnovers. Our defense is gonna be the star of the game, but our offense is not gonna be too far behind.
We can't keep depending on defense to shut everybody down. We just can't.
No, we're gonna capitalize on the 3 turnovers. We're gonna capitalize on the 3 turnovers.
With that being said, I believe our defense this should be an offense that our defense should be able to shut down, should be capable of shutting down.
That's right. You should be able to pick off Taylor Heineke fairly simple with Adoree Jackson, James Bradbury, Logan Ryan, and all of them guys out there. I mean, it should be pick city, and I don't want to see nothing less. I accept nothing less.
Yeah,
we're gonna see, man.
But with that being said, I gotta take my butt to work in the morning. I appreciate all you guys being on here with me, giving your opinions. Anybody who's watching, make sure you subscribe to Big Pat Sports Talk, Mac the Giants fan, and Classified Joe.
Well, man, thanks for having us on.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Yo, everybody tune in to the live. I'm gonna do a play-by-play, and I'm gonna do the post game after the game, so I want everybody to join up so we can talk about a Giants victory. I'm gonna be confident we are gonna win.
So you gonna live? You gonna do the? You gonna call the game Thursday?
Yeah, I'm calling the game every Sunday.
No, I said Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, every Thursday. Every Giants game I'm gonna call. No matter what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, okay. You doing live play-by-plays of all the Giants game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
And so I will do the post game after every game. So y'all come on, and we're gonna be talking about a Giants victory, Joe.
Yes,
we gotta
sir.
get our confidence up. Somebody gotta be confident for this
Thursday night victory party, late night stream. Okay, got it.
Boy, I'm hoping.
That's the title for it. Victory stream.
But man, when I tell you that game stripped my damn excitement for this season almost, boy, that game pissed me off. I'm like, man, this looked like the McAdoo Giants today.
You ain't see what I put. You ain't see when I commented on your video. I said we're supposed to be gathering at Jason Garrett's house right now with torches and pitchforks.
Man, I wanted to whoop Jason Garrett so bad, for real.
A lot
Take
of
him
that
out Times Square and flog him.
But we gonna get it together, man. I say we can still get 9 to 10 wins this year, but what hurts so bad about that Bronco game, we're gonna have to win a game that we weren't supposed to win.
Well, I said we was going to. I said we was either going to beat Tampa or Kansas City in a nail biter. So one of them games we're going to win. One of them games.
I can see us getting Tampa Bay, but I don't see us getting the Chiefs. I can see us getting Tampa Bay though.
I can.
Right now, we need to worry about Washington. Right now, Washington is the only team right now that we need to be worrying about for the New York Giants. Right now, all that Tampa, Kansas City, that's so far down the line.
No.
And anything can change.
Hold on, Matt.
There's so much that can change about it. I mean,
Washington
Patrick Mahomes.
We need to be worried about. The New York Giants is the team we need to be worried about right now.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, but I'm just.
I got you. I feel you though. All right, guys. Thank you, man. Appreciate all of y'all.
All right.
All right, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Night, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Giants.
Let's go, G Nation.
Take it easy,
Night, Joe.
How you end this?